Well, hello there. Hello, Spice Stoner. No worries. Lurking is just fine. Enjoy the tree. Now, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. It is Nazin here. Nazin the Lemur. I am your LeemThatStreams, and I hope you guys are having a good week so far. I know it's early. It's Tuesday. We're just starting, but hopefully you're having a good one. You're enjoying it. It's been a nice sunny day today. You know, this week's been a little bit of a calm one so far, which is good. So I'm going to keep hoping that is the case. But with all that in mind, we're getting back to the winds of change today. Oh my goodness. Healing. That's so much water. No, but thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate that. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. We're going to play some Winds of Change. Now, we, the last episode, had some very tragic stuff happen. Everything is going wrong. Drink indeed. I will. But, yeah, so we got a lot of stuff going on. I am the king, if you can believe it. I am the king. I'm about to return to my kingdom and my people and all of those who love me. All of them. Hopefully all of them. We'll see. We're going to try and make that the case. Remember, in this game, it is a very story-driven game. It's basically a visual novel. Very cool game made by Clace, who also did Komarevi we played a while back, which was fun too. So we're going to get back to it and enjoy. Pretty sure I'm not going to use the controller for this game because I like to be animated with this. And I think generally I'm over here for this game, so let's keep to the tradition, and here we go. Beautiful, beautiful music in our ears. So let's see what we got here. I'm gonna continue. Why did I remember. Wait, hold on. Okay, so I think I saved this because I made a pretty big choice in this last episode. I think we're going to stick with the choice we made. Let's see here. I am at 50% purity and 10% corruption. My morale is really low. That's not good. But we got a full crew. Even Howl, who is a hive mind of some sort. Always great. Dominic is still alive. Aren't we glad about that? The cutie's still alive. Bro, Ulrich and I really got to know each other recently. I'm just gonna say we really got to know each other, like really, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? I bet you can guess you know what I mean. You might know what I mean. We did something together. It was a good old time. Ulrich, who would have thought though, big beefy Ulrich was the first one to cave to my irresistible charm. I know you all think that, and don't worry, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But who's next on that? Also, what happens in the story? The most important part is obviously the story, right? Of course it is. So here we go. We're gonna see what everybody's up to. I am somewhere. I'm in the crew quarters. No. What is this? Oh, okay, so I am part of the spirit idol. I made that was what I did. I made Dominic the monarch advisor instead of Howl. I don't know if he's mad at me or not, but they might be, but that's not important. The important thing is, I think I did everything here. Question mark. What is this?
Shane's journal.
That's Shane's journal.
Dominic has tasked me.
I'm fine with that. We have read that. So I think I have done everything here. Let me check the crew quarters because I'm pretty sure we did, but I want to double check. We did? Yes, they're all... Wait. I haven't done Howl? According to this, I haven't... I don't mean that to sound the way it sounds. It's not that I haven't done Howl. It's that I haven't picked him in the sequence of these events, and we still have to do that. So we're going to do that today before we go. I'm glad I checked this before I left. My goodness, could you imagine what that would have been like? Let's go say hello to Howl. Access Howl Heart to Heart 1. Yes, here we go. I enter Howell's room, and I notice him standing with his back to me. Uh-oh. Did I make him mad? Did I make him mad? I'm sorry, Howell. I didn't know it would hurt your feelings if I picked Dominic, but he's been with me the whole time. I love that man. I can't say no to him. Have you seen his beautiful, cute little smile? Could you say no to that? Even you, Howell, couldn't say no to that. I know this. He's in the corner of the room with his hand pressed against the wall. He's mumbling to himself, and I do my best not to startle him at all.
Bodies everywhere.
Yep, that's true.
Screams for help. Blood flowing.
Uh-oh.
Corpses held tightly in their arms. They cry for the lost. But the lost do not answer, for they have no voice.
Well, that is dark, but also, hi, how are you? Having a good day? I hope so. Wouldn't want to, to get in the way of your cheerful meanderings today.
He feels shame.
Uh-huh.
Like he's responsible for all of this. But soon after, he feels nothing at all. Until he rises again. Vengeance controls his mind. It drives his clouded judgment.
Who are we talking about here? I'm not sure who you're referring to. Obviously, he's referring to somebody here, but I don't know who.
We see the future as expected, but also the past. We see your death, Monarch, even if it didn't happen.
Oh.
Why
I was going to say, that would be kind of weird.
In our memories?
I don't know. Why does time do that? Because time is all-encompassing. Some might even question whether or not time as we know it is as relevant as you think. So that is a question for the ages. I am probably not the one to answer it. He turns to face me, so I knew he was here all along. So he knew I was here all along.
Are these memories, or perhaps echoes? That is what I wish to talk to you about, Monarch. Our mind is overwhelmed, but not in the usual sense.
Okay.
We expected you to say that. We've heard it before. It's almost like you had no other choice.
Right.
Interesting. Things are different now that we're free. So different.
Well, I don't know what you were expecting. Also, you inhabited a body that should know that. Don't you get his memories too? I feel like you should.
Prison has taken its toll on our minds.
Right.
And there, our sight was limited. But not anymore. Instead of just the future, we see everything.
Well, isn't that convenient? I'm proud of you. I hope you will use that for good and nothing else.
We see the past and consequences of actions not taken. The possibilities are infinite, and this is hard even to fathom. We must narrow our vision. These details are unimportant.
That you know of now. That's a very harsh statement.
We may not be of much use at the moment, Monarch.
That's me. I'm the king. If you guys don't remember,
if we choose to adjust, that is.
I'm the king. So bow down, all of you. Further evaluation is required. Got it. Everything is important to consider, even if it didn't happen.
We see a past where we failed to save you, Monarch. You fell to your wounds, and Alestia had no hope at all. Dominic, too. The failure of the rebellion was certain.
Well, that actually wasn't really his fault. That was Shane's fault. He's kind of a dick. We'll deal with him later.
Pirates rushed to help, but not led by the same leader. Ulrich sacrificed himself to use the blade and create an army. The Monarch vessels, or perhaps the created seers.
Yeah, I did do that. Oh, maybe that's what I saved. Was the Seers versus the, Army of the Dead or something like that. I think that's what it was. So I had to choose between creating like an army of dead people or Seers. Like me. And the quandary was if I picked the dead people and raised them from the dead, they would be in constant pain and never be able to die. Or I create a bunch of Seers that can see into the future and do all that fun stuff. But their minds would fry at the end of this sequence. And they would still be able to die, but they just wouldn't be able to function, which kind of sucks. Not kind of, it really sucks, but both choice kind of sucks. So I picked this one because I feel like Immortals brought back for war and then always in pain sounded worse to me, but we'll see how that goes down.
Why do you say that seeing these things is important? It is death and carnage, the loss of all hope, and ultimately, death. Only one thing remains constant in all of us, the blade of Exodus.
Oh, you mean my blade? The one that's on my back. Definitely. Learning from the past failures how we become stronger and smarter.
We saw you say this as well. It led to ruin. Our culture was always focused on avoiding the wrong future. We've never thought about seeing numerous versions of the past.
Listen, that's fine.
But
I don't know what to say to this. He seems to have an answer for everything.
Perhaps there is a secret to find, or a link hidden between them all. As we travel, we will do our best to learn more about these visions.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
We simply wish to
You
make
are a
aware
curious
that they
doggo.
exist.
I appreciate
It
that.
is the opposite of everything we've ever encountered. But at the end of the day, so are you. A huge anomaly.
What do you mean by that? What are you trying to say? What? Do you want to say something to me? Do you want to say something to me? Am I an anomaly to you? Is that all I am to you? Is just a big, giant anomaly? Is that all I am to you? I'm not sure what he means, since he speaks so cryptically. Yeah, I think he insulted me. Pretty sure he said something mean, but I don't know. But he's having visions of different past, not just the future. That would be jarring to me as well. I only ever saw the future. It was almost always the future that we wanted to avoid. How could we see a different past? That was always set in stone. No, not necessarily. I guess... Well, that's a very complicated question. It depends if we believe in the linearity of time, I guess that's what we mean here. Let alone all past so different as detailed the deaths of my comrades. There had to be a reason he was right. But it's unlikely that we'd find an answer anytime soon. He'd have to put up this burden for a little while, bit longer.
It pains us to see visions of your death, Monarch.
Well, you know, it pains me too.
Or past. It is something we wish to avoid. You carry our legacy. You are everything to us.
Well, that's nice of you to say. I'm very happy about that. You know, that would be that's like maybe the nicest thing anybody said in this game. I think that's the nicest thing anybody said to me in a long time. Oh my goodness. Listen, Hal, I feel the same way, okay? I feel the same way.
We request some time alone, if you'd give us the honor. We will do our best to focus on more positive things.
Okay. I'll be alone with you. I'll be alone with you. Are you serious? Like right now? Hell yeah. That face he's making really doesn't fit. But I'll go with it anyway. Anyway, he's not really giving off that vibe. Maybe. Not yet. He turns back to the wall and places his hand upon it.
Sharing an apple in a back alley, a growing bond. Alcohol brings forth childhood dreams, dreams of change. You grow close to a comrade, despite their two-faced nature.
Who's two-faced nature? Are we talking about Fortame or are we talking about Ulrich?
A man seeks family to replace the one he never had. There is a girl who finds the strength to succeed in her friends. We wonder where we fit in amongst this group. We hope we can.
Yeah, you probably can. You seem like you're an amicable person. I'm sure if we just get enough alone time, you'll fit in just fine. You'll fit just... I should be careful about that one. You'll be fine. He looks at the floor and I take a few steps back. For now, it's probably the best to leave him be. He seems overwhelmed. In his situation, I would be as well. He has he has to process a lot of new information. If I could find my place in all of this, So can he. Perhaps we'd have more time to talk on the boat ride. I leave for the docks, confident to help him more in the future. All right, I did it. So I think I need to go like just real quick, go around each room and just make sure. Oh, that's right. There's this stuff. So right now, everybody, Fortame is in the lead with 3 hearts. Somehow, even though I only have 2 hearts with Ulrich, we have already, we've been close. Me and Ulrich have been very close. So I'm just going to say, seems a little weird that he's in last place, or he's kind of tied for last. We're not really tied for last. I guess that is still Howl, but everybody else has 2. Me and Fortame are dating, kind of, even though I've already slept with Ulrich, and I've also done that thing. Okay, then we can go to the personal quarters. No, wait, where am I going? The main entrance. Maybe. Is that where I want to go? I'm going to go there. That's this one. Got it. So can I go?
LeemThatStreams is proud to support an ongoing donation drive right here on Twitch for the Lemur Conservation Foundation. If you want to support the stream in an awesome way and can afford it, check it out.
Oh.
To learn more, check out the link in chat at theleemthatstreams.org.
I forgot what this does. Okay, so what I'm learning is that all of these things have particular usages. And that's okay. Where am I at here? Oh, these are my books. This must be the library. Got it. What's over here then? No, that's these. That's the only choices. So I think we're done here. I can go to the tunnels, but it looks like we're good there too, so that's fine. So I guess we just kind of mosey, guys. I think we mosey. How do you guys feel about moseying? Do you feel strongly about moseying? Because I'm feeling very strong about that word right now. I think that word's very important and we should listen to it. And let's go. Travel back to the Church of the Triumvirate. I'm sure nothing bad could happen from that, so absolutely. Say we're fine. And we've done everything in here too. So that's good. Where does that go? If I go out here? Ah. Okay, so everything here is base. I could do this, I guess. Okay, so everything's good here then. I don't know. What am I supposed to do? I forgot. I need to go somewhere. Was it the docks? I bet it's the docks. I wonder if it's the mayor's house. I should go check out some of these places. I don't know if anything new is going to be there, so I'm going to go check them out. There's nothing here. So if I go in here, everything's done in here. So apparently there's nothing new that I can tell. This would be kind of awkward because I know he's dead. So that would be, well, is he dead? Actually, I don't know if that's true. Did I save him? I might have saved him. I might have done that. I did, because I went back and did me do the thing instead of him. That makes sense. What's over here? Okay, so nothing new. All right, so I'm pretty sure I just have to go to the docks, right? No. Unless you will be unable to return to the mainland until after Act 4. Knowing this, would you still like to set sail for Arlanthia? Maybe, but actually, yes, let's go. I don't know what I would be waiting for. I make my way back to the ship as Damek instructed. Everyone is already gathered around. Am I late? Before long, I'm spotted by a few of my friends.
Hey there, Monarch.
That's
Glad
me.
to see you made it on time.
I'm the king.
Just about ready
Bow
to leave
down
Museo.
to your king, bunny. You better bow down. Get on those knees. You know you want to. What am I
I'm so
saying?
excited to see what Alarinthia is like.
Okay.
Except for the heat, of course. Yikes.
You live
But I guess
in
there
a
will be
warm
plenty of time to
area.
adapt.
But I guess there will be plenty of time to adapt. How long are we going to stay there? Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, I don't think our visit there will be a short one. It's kind of a tall order, forming an alliance with Alarinthia. They take their independence seriously, even more than Valinor.
how do you measure that? I just want to know how. First of all, how do you know? You've lived in Valinor your whole life. You never left. This was your first time out. How do you know that? I don't believe you. Even if you have a very innocent face right now, I don't believe you.
I think that Vivian will be our best shot, but I trust you and Dominic to get this done. You're a dream team, so this has to go well.
Oh yeah, you can learn just how dreamy our team is later. Hope you're not seasick. If you are seasick, that probably will put a damper on things, but we'll see. Upon hearing his name, Damic's ears perk up. Oh, that's cute. I agree. That's true. Also, I'm not sure why Theo didn't work there. Hold on a second. That's making me a little nervous. Is he not working? No, it says it should be. Well, oh, I know what's happening. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Queues. Is there anything queued? No, they're all complete, so it should be fine. All right, well, whatever. I guess it's okay. Let's see something here. So if I do, I'm going to test it really quick. So just give me a second. I just want to make sure everything's good. Hey, hey, you. Okay.
Hey, you.
Perfect. It does work. I don't know what's going on with the messages. It's fine. I have one issue. So you'll notice that when Theo speaks, the announcements come in as the lemthatstreams. I got logged out of my bot account, so I have to go back in there at some point and fix that. But that's coming, so I'll get it back up. I forgot to do that today. I knew I forgot something, but we'll get there. Anyway, let's move on. He turns around and runs to face me, excited. I'm impressed at how fast he organized this.
Monarch, perfect
That's me.
timing as always.
All right.
I was just telling my friends about you.
Great.
Here, let me introduce
Hopefully
you to some
good
of them.
things. He starts walking away, leading me to some nearby rebels. I've never seen them before, but they are lucky to be alive. The previous attack almost took everybody from us.
As your advisor, I have a few close friends. They'll provide me with counsel when you're busy. We both know that's going to be quite often, Monarch.
What are you saying? Are you implying something? Why would I be so busy? This much was true. I don't know about that.
Everybody, I'd like to introduce you to the Monarch.
That's me.
Treat him as you treated me. He's your new leader now. And after this war, he'll be the new ruler of Alestia.
That's a lot of pressure. I don't know about that. That was still overwhelming to think about. I guess I'll have to take things as they come, one step at a time. Domic's friends take turns stepping forward, seemingly nervous.
I've heard a lot about you, Monarch.
Vance.
Until you arrived, you're all Damic could talk about.
What?
You have my allegiance. My sword is yours to command.
Okay, you guys dress eerily similar, so that's interesting. Is this like... How... Like, are you related? I don't know.
And
Cute.
mine, too.
Ooh.
Trust me, Monarch. We got this. After this is done, Alestia will belong
Pommy?
to us.
Hi,
If I'm
Pommy.
honest, it's
Hello.
about damn time.
Yes. Well, listen to me. That is so cute. Oh my God. Pommy's adorable. Look at Pommy there. Oh my goodness. Pommy, you are cute. I'm not going to deny this. Pommy, my... Ow. Listen, just because I think he's cute doesn't mean you can throw stuff at me. All right? I think Pommy's cute. Look at that face. Can you deny that? Pommy's kind of cute. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, the Triumvirate has ruled over us for far
Spice.
too long. A
You're kind of
change is
cute too,
overdue.
but I think Pommy's cuter.
It'll keep things nice and interesting. Please, Monarch, come to me if you need any assistance at all.
What are you implying? I mean, I'll say yes, but what are you implying? Also, are you a dog too? I can't tell. Maybe. As if they rehearsed this, they all step back in unison. Did they rehearse it? Like when they came up, they were like, all right, guys, we got to get ready. So when he comes up and he says something, make sure to all move in unison. We'll step up about this far, about yay far, about, you know, like one, like half a boat, you know, like the rope. Just go that far, and then we'll do the same thing going back. It'll look really cool. He'll be impressed. You'll love it. It was nice to see that Damic had the support of his rebels. They don't seem to hold him accountable like Howell did.
Well, I guess that's everything I needed to do. The food and supplies have all been taken aboard. Alex took
How
care
did
of
you
it
do that so
overnight.
quick?
I guess he couldn't sleep.
Oh. Was there a night that passed? Oh, I guess there was one. All right. I don't blame him.
Should we continue the rest on the ship? There's still a few people you need to meet.
Great.
After that, we're in for a long, boring trip.
All right. Well, we'll have to figure out ways to make it fun. I'm sure we can think of something, Dominic. I think you're thinking about it right now. You're thinking about playing some card games. I can tell. That is the face of somebody who wants to play card games together. And we shall. I nod and start to follow him aboard. Everybody else follows suit until we are all loaded up. This would be my first time at sea. I hope my body takes it well. Probably not, though. Ooh, new setting. The boat is rather large, and it can easily fit all of us. Wasting no time, as soon as we're on, they prepare to set sail. Pirates run about the ship, making last-minute preparations. I even see Milas aboard, and that slightly surprises me. However, before I'm able to say anything to them, the pirates take charge. Their leader steps in the middle of the deck and shouts orders.
Come on, everybody, let's do this! They'll write about this voyage in the history books.
The ears!
Let's give them something memorable to read about.
The ears!
Good boy, such a good
I want to pet your ears. I love your ears for some reason. I still love his ears. I don't know why. They're just something about those ears. I just really want to reach out and grab them. And just give them a good old scritchy scritch. You don't mind, Alex, do you? I'm sure you don't. His crew nod and exchange witty banter as they prepare. It seems like life as a pirate could actually be pretty fun. I feel glad that they chose to support him. He seems nice. I walk to the center of the ship and slowly inspect my surroundings. It's a bit packed, but that's because nobody went to the crew quarters yet. I could tell from the outside of this place has more than enough space. As soon as Damek sees me, he runs towards me. Damek, you're so attentive lately. I am flattered, very flattered. Few people follow behind him. More introductions? I guess it's fair. I hadn't met any of these rebels yet.
Monarch, we're almost ready to set sail.
Okay, you can call me Nathan. It's right there. Also,
it's important for morale that you get along with our forces.
That's fine. It's kind of awkward when you call me Monarch all the time. You can say King, Your Highness, Your Worshipness, Master, whatever you want to say. Daddy, you can say whatever you want. I accept that. You don't have to say Monarch every time. It's awkward. You know what I mean? Just call me Daddy. That will be far less awkward. I'm just going to put that out there. Thank you.
However, these aren't just any rebels. These are the seers that you created back at our HQ. They're grateful for your gift, and I think they want to meet you.
Yeah, did you tell them what happens afterwards? They're going to be a little bit less thrilled if we didn't tell them that.
I'll leave you to it.
Alrighty.
Come find me if you want to chat while we sail.
I will.
Something tells me there won't be much else to do.
Oh well.
Oh well. Worst case scenario, we can get Pro to bring out his cards.
He's got cards. I know he does. We'll play some like some spades or hearts or something. You know how to do that, right, Damek? With a smile, he runs off to attend to other business. Even though he stepped down, he was still a busy man. I wonder if that's the same fate that awaited me. Yeah, as king, if I'm ruling the entire land, probably. I'm going to go with probably. I turn to meet these new people, ready to make friends.
I must thank you for this gift, Monarch.
Hi, you have
It was
very enchanting
at first, having all
eyes.
these visions, but now we know they can be used to secure victory.
You have such great eyes. I am really drawn to your eyes. Goodness me, I love that. The color really works there. I don't know why. It just makes them seem very like, ooh, hello. Zerion.
We know that we may not be able to enjoy this victory, but honestly, I would give anything to serve somebody like you. All I ask is that you go on to live happy lives after the war.
Are they all... Do I have... Wait, they're implying here that pink, like eyes like this, is like eyes of a seer. Do I have those? Am I supposed to have pink eyes? Do I have pink eye? We didn't give him the ability to see. We gave him pink eye. That's how we did it. We're just like, excuse me, let me touch your eye real quick. And that's how we gave him the powers. It was just one by one. It's like, here, I gotta touch your eye real quick. We'll be fine after a while. We'll put some eye drops in there. It'll be fine.
These happy lives may elude us, but we've accepted that. To give our friends a bright future, no price is too high to pay.
I like your ears
command,
too,
Monarch, until we are of no further use.
Well, you don't have to put it like that. That makes me feel more guilty, you know? Like, you don't have to say it like that. I mean, makes me feel bad. I nod, dismissing him. It's good to see that things went well. Honestly, creating seers could have gone horribly wrong and horribly fast. Do you know that I used to use the blade to effectively gave me great pleasure? I continue to walk along the ship, taking in everything I see. After a few steps, I notice Ulrich and Pro are lost in conversation.
Stop whining, Pro.
What is Pro doing? Is he whining? Are you whining, Pro?
I have my complaints too, but there's nothing.
All right, we'll figure out what's going on here. Guys, let the king stand in for you and see if I can help this situation. I kind of want to know.
You're not scared of the sea, Ulrich. Oh, this is going to be like torture, I know.
Oh no, Pro.
Do you know where I can find some buckets?
Probably everywhere. It's a ship. That's how they keep them clean. Listen, Pro, I know you're not a fan of the sea, but that's not a very smart thing to say. You'll find some. They're everywhere.
Getting queasy already? We haven't even set sail.
Are we in a delay? Is there like a wind issue? What's going on? Are we delayed?
Oh man, you're making it worse.
I am kind of surprised by this because like this particular side view of Pro has me thinking he's like a secret seal. He's not really a dog at all. That's all a trick. I think he's a seal. So if he's afraid of the sea, that's weird for a seal. I laugh and continue walking. More of my comrades are talking amongst themselves. That's good. We had a long and likely very boring voyage ahead.
But that's not Saddest, right? He's been dead for a while. Oh man, I'm worried for Milas.
Why?
It's weird to see him alive, but I also know it's not really him.
Oh, right, because that was our elder before Milas. And that's got to be weird for Milas because I'm pretty sure that's his dad. So I don't mean to laugh, but that's probably very awkward for him. It's like, you're not my dad, but you look very much like him. And you're dead. And somebody's speaking with his voice. That's very strange.
Are you even listening to yourself right now? I can't believe we can say these things and mean them. Like, what's going to happen with no more spirit realm?
Yeah, you'll probably die is what's going to happen.
Who knows? Everything we knew was wrong. At the end of the day, maybe Valonorth will be fine. I don't see how some prison could have kept it warm.
Oh, that's a good point. Is it mean that whole thing was bullshit?
You're right. And that's amazing. Let's push all this weirdness aside and agree on that.
All
we'll
right.
Ask Saddest. I mean, Howl, for sure.
Sounds good.
When we
no,
get the chance.
Howl. Definitely Howl. Don't mess this up. Howl. You know who you're talking about.
Of course.
Of course. It seems that they're still digesting these events. That's fair. A lot of weird shit going on. I can't blame them. Everybody's pretty crazy right now, including me. I'm very crazy. Very much so. Thankfully, we had plenty of time to continue digesting, except for Pro, who probably has nothing left in his stomach at this point to digest, so that sucks. Alorethia was almost a day away. At least we get to sleep. But until then, I'd better make use of this time to talk to my friends. A lot had happened in the last day. I should check up on them. The ship shakes slightly and I lose my balance for a moment. I guess we're setting sail. I've never actually been at sea before. Pirates run amok as if getting their designated workstations.
All right, everybody. Here we go.
We are going.
We want a smooth voyage, so
You
don't
got
forget
it.
your schedules. Those of you with the graveyard shift, I'll make it up to you.
How do you plan to do that? He climbs up the rope netting on the side of the ship and looks at the horizon. With a smile on his face, he points towards the vast body of water before us.
To the seas we go.
To the seas we go. Let's go. Here we go again. We're on. I wasn't expecting there to be like actual music. Here we go.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
There it is. I wasn't expecting like a full-on song here. As his crew repeats this as if it were a mantra before we set sail. Not a bad song, though. I'm not going to give it a lie. I hope it's not copywritten. Like, I'm not going to get, like, dinged for this. But it's not a bad song. Like, goddamn. That's actually a really good song. Holy shit. Like, it really does, like, feel like, it feels like one of those, like, you know, Disney or, like, you know, Pixar movies, and they kind of do this, like, big old montage scene. That's what this song kind of reminds me of. Like, it's like, yo, it backs out, and you got this, like, great view of the ship sailing on the sea, and this song starts playing, and you're just like, yeah. It's got that vibe to it. It's got a real, like, you know, animated montage traveling scene vibe to me. I like it. Very well done. Very well done. I guess that was it. We were on our way to secure an Elorenthian alliance. Clicking the arrow top right to continue the story and the voyage to Elorenthia. It is highly recommended that you complete the series of Aboard Heart to Hearts. Oh, okay, so I got these first, and then I would do this. But then there's these guys, and then I could do these. So what I'll start with is these two.
You are not my father.
Oh, you're mindless. Oh, wait, no, you're mindless. You are not my father. Oh, this is that conversation. Oh, it's going to get really awkward.
Do you say this to inform us or to console yourself?
What do you think? I'm going to let you guess on that one.
Huh?
This question was self-explanatory.
It's just... I should be mad at you. Furious. You defile the memory and likeness of my father.
That's a fair point.
Do we? It seems that Saddest was an honorable man. Are we not carrying out his final wishes?
Well, that's kind of that's not the question, or that's not really the premise he's working off of, but fair, I guess.
What?
The freedom of Alestia. The destruction of the Triumvirate. When you look at it that way, it seems as if we defile nothing.
What are you, freaking Obi-Wan Kenobi? Like, from a certain point of view? Like, what's going on here?
I don't know.
That's a good question. I forgot about this guy and his, like, I just walk around with my robe open guy. I have a robe. Don't bother wearing it. It's still there, you know? It's there. It's covering most of things for now, Milus.
What are you wishing to know?
I want to know how I should feel right now. This is just so bizarre. I have no idea what to do. Back in Valinor, things were so simple and easy.
Fair, I guess.
Why must you do anything? You could mull over this development for years, you know.
Fair. Well, maybe he will. Who knows?
More useful.
What if he does? What if he does, you know?
Like what?
I don't know.
This is not for us to decide, but have no worries. We will take care of this body, and using it, we will do everything we can to honor your father.
Okay. How do you ensure that? But, okay.
Thank you. I'll let you know if I think of anything. This might take a while for me to understand.
Very well, but please remember this. Lack of understanding is not a fault. In fact, it can be a strength. You flourished even though you did not know the truth of the spirits.
I feel like this is kind of ironic because he's like, you're not my father. And then you're definitely not him. And then like he's giving him like fatherly advice right now. And like that's all he's been doing this whole time. He's like, listen, son, except not son, but listen.
You're right. I think I need some time alone.
Great. On a ship where everybody's packed on. I'm sure you'll have good luck with that. Good luck with that, Milus. Find that one empty corner of the ship where everybody's like just jam-packed. You'll find it. I'm sure you'll be okay. All right, that was that. So we can do our heart-to-hearts. So I think we'll start. Well, we're back to this music, which is a good song. I'm gonna give him credit here. This is a good song. It's very well done. I really like it. I told you. Can I look at things? I didn't even really check that. But I'm just saying we should do the heart-to-hearts. So I'm gonna do it in. We're gonna do this one first. We're gonna start with Hal, because that's the last one we did the last time. So that's my reasoning. I don't have any other reasoning behind it, but we're going to start with Hal. I kind of want to see where this goes. I kind of want to see it. Howell stares off into the ocean, deep in contemplation. I imagine that he'd have a lot to think about and a lot to process. Last time we talked, he seemed so conflicted about whether or not he fit in.
Monarch.
Dr. Nathan, or Daddy, whichever one's less awkward, you decide. He turns to face me and gives me a small wave, welcoming me. I stand beside him and we stare off into the ocean together. The sun causes it to glisten, sparkling with gentle beauty.
We're still conflicted. These thoughts won't go away. Visions of needless violence and senseless destruction. You may tell us that they aren't real, but we're unsure.
I'm unsure. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. You're full of shit. Actually, I don't know. I feel like you're really, really overthinking it, Howell.
The emotions that well up within us are far too real. Is it possible for fake events to elicit real emotions? Or are we perhaps hearing echoes of the past?
Probably both. Like, those are not mutually exclusive. Echoes of the past, what does he mean?
Let us phrase it differently. You know visions, yes?
Yes, I was a seer.
To the best possible future. How can you know that best possible future without trial and error?
Oh. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. So you're saying the monarch had the ability to visualize, but then also go back? Or did he have it, like, I don't know.
There would still be many futures left unseen, and many pasts avoided. Knowing one true course of action requires disregarding millions of wrong ones. What if we are simply seeing these many avenues, almost like our visions have evolved?
Well, that's probably fine. Oops, what did I just do?
If not evolved, then perhaps gotten muddled. Rather than see the one important future, we see everything. We do not know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, Monarch.
I mean, are you asking me? Because it's probably fine. You know, you could always just, do you need some time to talk? Do you want to talk about your mother? Was she a problem for you? Or all of you? Like all of your moms? Is there something you want to speak about? I don't know. It kind of makes sense when you think about it. Seeing the best possible future was like a one side of a coin. The other side still exists, and it's left covered up, unseen. Many wrong futures, many wrong choices. The mind likely blocked these out for a reason. Maybe he's sensitive after escaping his prison.
If this is true, then we exist unbound from time. A string in a labyrinth, with no one holding the other side. No one to tug. No one to guide us in the right direction. No one, of course, except for you.
What do I do? How do I do that? Should I tie a rope around you? Are you just trying to get it?
We would recommend that you try inducing a vision, Monarch.
Are you trying, are you hitting on me? Do you want me to use rope? Is that your thing? You kind of look like you might be into that. I'm not judging. I'm okay with it. Do you want me to do a vision? All right, let's do a vision.
Not right now, of course.
Oh, okay.
But in your own time.
I would have done it.
However,
no, I would have done. If you had not said that, I probably would have tried. I would have been sitting here like,
if you see the future,
vision,
embrace it.
And then it would have been like, all I would have been doing. You'd been like, okay, please stop.
Past.
He's like, please stop. I'm like, vision, and he's like, no, please stop. That's weird.
The future you see blossoms from choice and consequence. Look back at those choices made and conjure up the choices unmade. The loss, the heartbreak, the death. Maybe then you will know what pains us.
Right, maybe. He's plagued with bad visions. He no longer sees the one true future. He sees everything, and that is a curse that I would wish upon nobody. I can't even imagine how many times he's seen all of us die, and for what?
There is only one thing that remains constant throughout these visions. Yourself, the blade of Exodus, and the death it feeds off of. There's something self-serving about all three of these things.
Jojo, what's going on? Yes, Leem is streaming. We are streaming. We're talking to Hal right now. He's doing his cryptic thing. He also just spoke to Milas, which was an awkward conversation for poor Milas, where he was like, "You're not my dad," and then he proceeded to give him like fatherly advice anyway. And I was like, well, semantic, those are semantics at this point.
You always have that blade.
I do.
And the people around you always die.
Oh, good.
It's almost like that makes the blade more powerful.
Good. Like I'm so glad you're here to pass on such true. Remember when we last spoke and you were like, "I'm going to try to focus on more, positive things." Then he's like, "Oh yeah, whenever you're around, everyone dies. It's everything. All we ever see is death."
Join the conspiracy on Discord. So
that's nice.
I can see why you are not there. Just saying.
Fair. He's like, "This is the most positive thing I could think about."
But is that the essence of life? Or the essence of death? Perhaps that is
when we
choice
die, I think our spirit is released. That's our life.
What do you think, Monarch?
I don't know. If the energy is released when we die, then it's made of death. No,
death?
I'm gonna go with life. I think death is like a death of the body. I don't know how I feel about afterlife or spirits or things like that. I think I could make like a scientific like discussion about it, like using like quantum theory, things like that. Like you could imagine like if they think that like every molecule or atom or things like that has like a corresponding one in a different part of the universe, and like you can manipulate one to manipulate the other. That's the most the most positive thing I think I can think about is death. Yeah, that's what he does. But you can always make that argument, like if an atom is like that, then maybe like a group of atoms or like your energy or like spirit or whatever could be something that is here and also exist in a different part of the galaxy as like a quantum entanglement. That kind of stuff could be there, but I don't know. That's well beyond me. But if I'm going to go with one of these two things, I'm going to go with that's life.
An interesting thought, to say the least. If it's up to the wielder, at least we know where you stand. That blade is such a mysterious thing, and it grows ever stronger.
Are you still talking about the sword I'm wearing or the one I don't know. He's almost cryptically telling me what I already know. I know that the blade deals with the spirits of its victims, and the triumvirate used it to create their own massive army. Even if I had kept a portion of every soul, it would get stronger with every kill. That, combined with the power of the monarchy inside me, immense power. A bit ironic if a portion of everybody the triumvirate killed was used to end them.
We wonder if you possess this ability as well, to see the past, even when you stand in the present. Is that a curse meant only for us, or a gift to be further honed?
I guess we'll find out. Do you want to, do some study sessions together? I could arrange that.
It eludes our understanding. And we wish to know for sure. When we come back to the mainland, please return to Valenorth. Close your eyes, concentrate on the past, and talk to your comrades.
Okay, that seems like a long time from now, but I'll do it. Can you write that down somewhere? Because I'll forget. Like, if you don't put it on like a note and then just like staple it to my forehead or something, I'll forget. So please remind me later.
Do they speak as they do now, or as they did back then?
I don't know.
We think that this answer will be very enlightening for us. And if it is, then maybe you can understand our plight.
Okay.
How do we know where we are if our surroundings fluctuate? What if we already had this conversation, and this is but an echo? Perhaps we reside at the end of time, simply witnessing our demise.
I still want to point out that you did say you were going to concentrate on more positive things. Just want to make sure Okay, now he's lost me. Just gonna put that out there. You did say you were gonna focus on the positive.
Sorry, we must appear insane. It's just hard, not being grounded in the present. The one downside of visions.
Whoa, Hal, stop getting philosophical. It's and foreshadowing, right? Seriously though, could you like, do you have any, have you seen any good movies lately? Like ones you liked?
Dreaming of that brighter future.
Okay, maybe not.
In the present, looking back on the past, and focusing on our mistakes. We experience this tenfold, even mistakes we did not make.
I mean, that's a choice. You don't have to do that.
When we see your death,
How, do you want a hug? I think he needs a hug. I really do.
The loss of hope.
Oh my god.
That blade falls to the ground, coated in your blood.
Do you need a hug? I think he really needs a hug. Do you want a hug right now?
Scream in agony as they will fall the same fate.
Just gonna keep going on this.
Why do we stand there, only capable of watching? We wish to help you avoid this fate. That is our duty.
Right. Anything else?
We apologize for the lack of sense, Monarch. Your time is more valuable than that, limited as it is. Perhaps next time, we will make more sense of everything.
You also said the positive thing, so could we make... Listen, come here, buddy. I want to give you a hug. Come here, let's do this. Let's be friends. You desperately need one.
But try not to forget our advice and our request.
Oh no, you have to write that shit down. You got that request thing, you gotta write that shit down. I will forget.
Together,
I will literally forget.
Rather than stand here and complain.
You're the one complaining. Who are you talking to? What do you call what you were just doing? I nod before leaving him behind. He was suffering, I could tell. I had enough trouble dealing with visions of the future. Hal must feel tortured. If there was anything I could do to help him out, I'd have to do it when I had the chance. It's possible that his body just doesn't know how to handle all of that energy. I was trained at a young age to handle it, and so I had a grasp on what I should be doing. It is possible, unless trained, someone's mind could be lost in a sea of time. Perhaps, I suppose, but that is a topic for another day. I returned to the deck of the ship, keeping a watchful eye on my comrades. On my watch, they would never meet this grisly fate that Howell had witnessed. For a moment, I decided to stare at the sea, watching the waves and ripples. I could have looked ahead to the future, toward Alorinthia. I cannot say this word. Our final destination. Wow, is that a foreshadowing to they're Final Destination 20, Winds of Change. Hey Gecko, what's going on? If you hug Howl, does that mean you're hugging 1,000 people at the same time? Ooh, that's a good point. And yes, that would be kind of cool. Is it final? Hopefully it's not Final Destination 23, the Winds of Change. And then everybody starts dying. But for a moment, I consider looking away from the path. 1,000 hugs all at once. It sounds like something out of a Kung Fu Panda movie. The scroll of 1,000 hugs. I consider looking away at the path that we've set in stone. The sea continues to move, living a life of its own, despite our interference. Okay, that was good. All right, that was our second interaction with Howl. I hope this song is not copyrighted. I really actually like it, though. I will say this. This was a surprise. This is a good song. Here, I'll let it breathe for a little bit. As I'm getting demonetized immediately. Now, was this, because I know Foxamore did the music. Is this Foxamore? Or is this somebody else? Because I feel like, because Foxamore is really good. Place is rapidly approaching you to copyright. He's coming for me. Ugh. I've seen, the only thing is, I now know if I do get on Clace's bad side on the internet, I better run like hell. He is not shy about going after people, so I better watch out for that. But I don't know. This might be he's coming for me. My phone is about to go crazy with like Twitter alerts and shit. So here we go, or whatever it's called. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna do I kind of want to do Fortame just because I kind of want to see how he reacts to the fact that me and Ulrich, you know, kind of, you know what I mean? We kind of did a thing together. We kind of, together, you know what I'm saying? We did, you know, kind of, in Fortame, I don't know how he's going to react to that. And I'm very curious about it. But before I do, I'm going to go say hello to you. You played Smash Brothers? We did play Smash Brothers. We played Smash Brothers very, very long time. Let's go say hello to her, to Valessa. We'll get to Fortame soon, though. I step towards Valessa, who has her hands on the ship's railing. She seems lost in thought, but who wouldn't be after recent events? Careful not to startle her, I simply stand beside her and rest my hands too.
You know, for once I thought things were going well. We had an army, and it seemed like our objective was clear, but they outsmarted us. They caught us off guard. We were careless.
Hi, how are you doing? Oh, you want to start immediately? No pleasantries. Let's just get right into the conversation. Got it. I can do this.
They always say to be cautious if things are going too well, especially in war. We got blinded by the victory we thought we secured. Nobody thought to question our course of action, or Domic's orders. And to top it all off, you don't need a scribe anymore. Fortame gets to lead our nation, and I'm left with nothing.
Just business with Valessa. It's all
That's
business.
hardly fair. Now I have no idea what to do with myself.
Why would you? You might need a scribe. You could still scribe. Nobody said your job was done. I don't remember saying that. If the king didn't say it, you can't say it. So you better get that book out and start writing right now.
I just wish things could be clear.
Oh.
Like they used to be.
Oh, no, I got to do it. Okay.
Our future was certain.
Remember, guys,
I don't even know if we can secure this alliance.
My policy in this game is I always have to choose the flirting option. I don't have a choice. I have to do it. That is my policy. So I'm going to do the corny one here. My future is clear as long as you're by my side. You know what I mean? Listen. You know what I mean. Lessa, I don't think visions being manipulated was on the table, or is the spirit world becoming a person? Exactly. All right. Anyway, let's see what she says.
Really? Are you sure about that, Monarch? You have a world to save.
Listen, it's,
you can't just focus on me.
Again.
Another mistake would mean the end of our cause, permanently.
Again. Why is everybody going to call me Monarch? It's just awkward. You don't have to call me Monarch. You can call me Sire, Your Highness. You can call me Daddy. Whatever you want to say is less awkward than Monarch. We'll figure this out together.
I mean, that's why I haven't really had time to think about romance. What good is planning my future if I might not even be alive next week? That would just lead to heartbreak. Heartbreak could be catastrophic.
Okay, I'm going to send you to go hang out with Howl so you guys can both just like live in misery together. Yeah, I'm sure you guys would get along right now with your like, you know, just like, oh, let's talk about just death and heartbreak. Like, that'll be fun. I'm sure you two will be the most popular people on the ship. She lets out a loud sigh and we stare off into the horizon. The slow rocking of the ship pushes us closer together. Oh my, how romantic. With distance close, I can hear her more clearly. There's definitely more on her mind, I can tell. But I can't force her to open up, so I stand there in silence. My ears are open to her as long as she decides to speak.
I was so lost in thought, I couldn't sleep last night.
I'm sorry.
I decided to help Alex prepare the ship for our voyage. We got to talking, and he told me something shocking.
Nobody's pet his ears? Is that what you're about to tell me? Because if it's Alex, he's got the ears, and if nobody's ever petted them, That is shocking. I don't know how he could get through life with that being true.
I'm not even sure if I should tell you this, Monarch.
No, you can tell me anything.
I guess it's something you deserve to know.
Yeah.
Remember how those people recognized us?
Is it because of his ears? Oh, wait, you're saying something else. Okay. She must be talking about Grizz and Grayson. Do I already know this? I feel like I do know this. I feel like Grizz told us. They both recognized us when we first met.
They recognized us too. Immediately. I assumed it's because they knew our parents. But then they told me how they knew them.
I'm pretty sure Grizz told us this. She closes her eyes and looks up to the sky.
Our parents were pirates, Monarch.
Oh, I knew. Wait, they didn't say this part.
Legendary pirates.
They didn't say this part.
Sure explains their trips to Mazeo.
I guessed that, though. I did guess that. I knew it. I am the child monarch king of a pirate. I am the pirate king. I am Johnny frickin' Depp. I am Jack Sparrow. I am Captain Leem Sparrow. Thank you. You're the pirate, Nathan. That's right. I am Captain Leem Sparrow. Here as the pirate king. Time to go after the One Piece. That just means they're cool. Exactly.
At first, I didn't believe it. I was lost in denial, but he kept telling me more and more, and I had to accept it. I always pictured our parents as these perfect, untarnished people.
And now they're so much cooler. Could you imagine? I bet they were amazing. Is my dad, if we're going off Pirates of the Caribbean, is my dad Keith Richards as well? Because that would be awesome. I would take that. If it's Keith Richards, I'm good with it.
But they were killers. They broke the law. They pillaged.
Also, they're Keith
the reason
Richards.
The triumvirate launched the occupation.
Okay.
I know what you're going to say. They wanted the idol. Piracy was a cover.
Maybe.
And while you may be right, the excuse was still valid. At the end of the day, piracy was running rampant throughout Mazeo. Our parents played a part in giving them this perfect excuse. Don't you see?
Yes. Great. Well, not really. What are you getting at?
So they are partly responsible for all of those deaths. We always thought they were innocent victims. But were they really? Honestly, I doubt I'll be doing much sleep tonight either, Monarch.
Well, you can look at it that way, or you can say, wow, wasn't it cool that our parents were pirates? That's pretty cool, right? We should, share a glass of rum together for it, because, oh wait, why is the rum gone? She lets out another sigh, even more exasperated than the last one. Poor Valessa, though, is having a bad day. I'm not gonna mince words. She's having a bad day. Though I kind of get Valessa. She's been a law-abiding by the book entire life, and then she learns her backstory about the opposite. I agree. I don't blame her for it. She's just having a really rough day because everything she says right now is like doom, gloom, and majorly boom. But I understand where she's going for this. I get her. But it is kind of sad. But also, you can look at it in a positive way. You're a pirate princess or something. But it's something like that. You could be the dreaded pirate Valessa, and that's your no, listen, that's the thing. She's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the rest of my life. Now we know. You're the dread pirate Valessa. I ordain you as king, the pirate, because that's what kings do.
Let's sum it up, shall we?
We don't have to. Also, this smile seems deceptive.
There's no more spirit realm. Our belief system was shattered.
Mm-hmm.
Almost the entire rebellion was killed in action.
Uh-huh.
We were tricked. And to top it all off, I'm the daughter of some ruthless pirate killers.
You say that like it's a bad thing. All of that. You say all of that like it's a bad thing.
How am I supposed to process all of this? How will you? Your parents, my parents, Fortune's parents, all 6 of them. They're not the people we thought they were.
Listen,
what do we do?
Actually, though, if you think about it, if all 6 of them were like pirates, stop being depressed, right? I'm just saying, like, if all 6 of them were like pirates together and then they would go on like retreats together and then like, 3 of them hooked up and then all had children, sounds like a pretty nice group of friends, regardless of the occupation. You know what I mean? That's a pretty nice group of friends if you think about it. That's pretty sweet. Okay, I still have to do the flirting thing, even if it is the most least exciting thing here. So I'm gonna do it. Without saying anything, I step closer and I hold her hand. She grips it tightly as they both rest on the wooden rails of the ship. Moments later, however, she takes a few steps closer to me. Placing her head on my shoulder, she wraps her free arm around me. Hugging it tightly, I can feel her tremble as emotions well up within her. How she feels is understandable. She's going through so much right now. As a wise man once said, some friendships are so long, they can transcend lifetimes. Exactly. We are all them, kind of. And she's going... Okay, we're doing that. Yep.
I'm just so lost, Monarch.
You're on a ship in the middle of the ocean. We all are. Don't worry about it. You're fine. Honestly, part of me feels the same way. In that moment, there's nothing left to say. We stare off into the ocean together. This was a turning point in all of our lives. We were how we handled things would define who we became. Our conversation ends with that thought, bringing both hope and despair. Back to the music. Everybody get their music on, Just kind of get out there. Do what you gotta do. Okay, who's next? Okay, so we should probably do, let's do Fortame. I say that, I'm reconsidering my wording of that statement. No sad, only happy jig, exactly. So let's go see how Fortame's doing, to see how he's dealing with the fact that me and Ulrich have already played Smash Brothers before him, so let's see what he's like. Here it goes. Fortame paces around the deck of the ship, deep in thought. Everything changed over the last few days. That conversation was depressing. Music time. Could you imagine if that's like what that scene played out like? We had that touching, very morose moment. Everybody's feeling kind of sad about themselves. And then I step away and immediately just start dancing. And Valessa's like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, don't worry about it. It's not worth worrying about. Everything changed in the last few days. This was so insane. I hope he's handling it well. I better go and see how he's doing.
Hey there, Monarch. There's something that's been driving me insane. You know how we were all freaking out about Valenorth?
This conversation is starting completely different than the last two. I shouldn't be surprised by that, but it is. I am a little bit.
Without the heat from the spirits, it'd freeze over and die. I mean, we believed it, but right now, it doesn't make any sense. The spirit realm is a prison, right? Nothing mystical or beneficial.
Well, I'm going to make you, as king, I'm going to make you the special envoy of figuring that shit out on your own. How's that sound? Keep it to yourself, and you figure that shit out on your own. Ah, yes. That I smashed brosted Ulrich, yes. Ah, that's what we're doing.
It matches up with what people outside of Valenorth were saying. We were just superstitious and lived in a unique location. The monarchy gave us visions, and nothing more.
Right. Also, I mean, I feel like there's probably more to that than just like there's like a magical shield. Maybe there is one. I don't know.
We'll have to ask Howl the moment we get the chance. If it's like I think it is, then Valenorth will be fine. No risk at all. As hard as these truths are to believe, they do have their benefits.
Unless they don't and things are still bad. You don't know that yet. In talking to me, he stopped pacing and he looks happy. It's true that a lot of our beliefs were shattered, but that's not a bad thing. Yeah, that's how most people react. Could you imagine most people in the United States if like tomorrow, like someone was like, we found proof that like literally they go to like some like little cave in Jerusalem and it's like a little book in there and it just says from Jesus and it's just like JK LOL, and that was like that. They find that in a cave, and then like everybody's beliefs are just shattered at that point. Like most people would not be reacting this well to it. I'm just gonna say most people are not gonna react that well to, like, you know, the lost book of the Bible that literally just says JK LOL and then LMAO or something like that. That would be, we'd have a lot of problems. A new understanding of the world gave us a new angle to tackle our problems from.
At least it'll
Fortame's just built differently. He definitely is. He definitely is.
The major problem I had to take care of, completely eliminated. I couldn't ask for anything better. It's almost like what
all of you are wrong. Jesus, right? Yeah. He's just like, just kidding. And then that's the end of it. It's like the last, like we just find like the last page and it just says just kidding. Like oh, good joke, right? Completely eliminated. I couldn't ask for anything better. It's almost like a last gift from the spirits. Got it.
Let's just hope we get lucky like that in Alarinthia.
Okay.
Securing an alliance with
I'm glad you had to say that word.
Difficult.
I
can't.
can't.
Their tradition, just like Valenorth is known to be. But their tradition isn't steeped in the spirits like ours was. At the end of the day, will they even care about any of this? They almost live a world away, untouched by our problems. No point worrying about things out of our control, right? Maybe we should talk about something we do have power over. Remember that climbing gear Pro gave me money for? Well, check it out.
Did you buy it and when? And where are you keeping? Did you bring it on the boat trip with you? Like, there's a lot of things on this boat. Fortame is the real one. Being all nerdy instead of depressing. I agree. But also, if he brought the climbing gear with him on the ship, that is a waste of ship space. Like, that's a bad idea. Also, like, yeah, I don't know. You probably could have left it somewhere. I bet they would let you just keep it at the base. What's wrong with you? He wanders over to a bag on the deck and reaches inside. A few moments later, he produces some clawed metallic objects. It appears that there's one pair for your feet and one pair for your hands.
They're adjustable, so you can wear them no matter what. You don't need to look for a foothold anymore. You can make them yourself. As long as you're strong enough, there's nothing you can't climb, Monarch.
Well, I'm pretty weak, so you guys made sure to let me know in the first episode how weak I am, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be a problem.
I know what I'm doing as soon as we get back. I'm heading to Valenorth and climbing the Grand Tree.
Then why did you bring it?
It'll be a good place for you to learn.
Why did you bring it with you here? That doesn't make any sense.
I know what you're thinking, though. Why would I learn to climb on something so difficult? Well, you have gear now. I never did. It's a huge advantage.
All right. Well, that's fair, I guess. I wasn't thinking that. I forgot all about the whole climbing thing, so I wasn't thinking that at all. So, nice assumption, but you were very wrong.
The only thing holding you back will be your energy. But with everything we've been through, this should be simple. I think it'll only take a few hours to climb, if I'm totally honest.
How do you know that? I mean, I guess he does climb a lot, so I guess that's possible.
I'll bring us a backpack with a bunch of water. Or maybe we should split that over 2 backpacks. Don't want to make one of us carry too much weight.
That's good thinking. If we put, some water in one bag, some water in the other, maybe we bring a sandwich, we can have a picnic. Or, like sometimes when I go climbing mountains and stuff, I bring like a can of beer with me too. It's kind of nice at the top. Like, have you ever been on a major climb and at the top, I said you're not weak. I know it's nice. I actually feel pretty good about that. But I'm just saying we should bring a can of beer. It's great. If you ever climb a mountain and at the top of the mountain and you just crack open that beer, it is one of the best things you will ever taste. I'm just letting you know. Although you don't really look like someone who would enjoy a beer. Like a White Claw? You might be a White Claw person. I'll bring a White Claw for you. Strawberry. I bet you would like that. Don't look at me like that. He puts the climbing gear back in his bag, clearly excited. It's a breath of fresh air to hear him talk about this stuff so passionately. Everybody else is so concerned about the war, it's nice to push that aside. Bring some trail mix and some jerky and maybe a 12-pack. It's a good plan. I think we could never go wrong there. You know, some good old trail mix. Now, the trail mix, is it the ones with the M&Ms in it or not? Because sometimes the chocolate is actually good for trips like that, so I think we should bring the ones with the M&Ms. Nah, he's clearly a cherry man. Black cherry, because that's what it usually is. It's usually not just like cherry, it's usually black cherry with those kind of things. So that's why I kind of went strawberry, because he seems a little brighter than that. You know, it's a judgment call. It's a judgment call. Who knows, really? They're both good.
Besides, it's a pretty unique date destination, isn't it?
Oh, I see. I see what you did there.
Tree. It's something special, you know, to match how special you are to me.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that is so cute. Wow. Let me you. Okay, I'm just going to say, wow, my goodness. Nah, he's a black cherry man. Okay, fair enough. I'll give him that. He can have black cherry. Well, there's usually like 1 or 2 in the box. We'll bring it with him. It's fine. That's so cute. You're so cute. I don't think I've seen him this excited in a long time. For a moment, it feels like all of my worries have simply washed away. They've slipped into the ocean, becoming nothing more than gentle ripples. Fortame starts to walk around the ship again and stretch his body. Oh, then definitely need chocolate. The damn Fortane risen you up. Exactly, man. I'm just going to need to pop those chocolates in his mouth one by one. I don't know what that does for me, but I could do it. Bro, I thought you were the one who's flirting with people, not the other way around. Dude, it goes both ways. This is a two-way street. I'm dating this man. I'm sleeping with Ulrich, but I'm dating this man. That's the arrangement so far anyway, so we're going to go with that. It's almost like he was preparing for the marathon of a lifetime. Of course, it had been a lifelong dream of his after all.
I know there's so much danger in our future, but there's happiness too, you know? Lots to look forward to in the end.
I see you. If you have not hit follow,
Fortame changing things up. He does his best. He does. I agree. He does do that. He's a good guy. He is a good guy. I like Fortame. I do.
Besides, I doubt I'll be key to our Alorinthian alliance. So in the meantime, there's not really anything else I can do.
Watch it be all on him.
On the netting of the ship.
Watch it be all on him. That would be hilarious. I bet that's what happens.
People are worried that
Ulrich is the side hoe.
It's very rare that I fall off.
Hell yeah.
I usually shake it off pretty quickly.
One of
I saw
JoJo.
some
One
together
of.
and make some betting pools.
What? Oh, not to worry. It's rare that I fall off. I usually shake off pretty quickly. I saw some of them get together and make some betting pools. Listen, I'm sure you'll be fine. And if you fall off the ship, we'll probably stop to pick you up. Maybe.
It's a pretty boring voyage, so they make their own entertainment. I suddenly start to know why pirates enjoy fighting and gambling so much. When you're out at sea, there's just nothing much to do. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, except for sailing. I hope they're doing that. I'm pretty sure that requires some work. Please let the pirates be doing that, because who else would be doing it?
I'd go insane if I were a pirate. I just know it.
Hey, I got some news about your dad.
I think I want to settle down on the mainland. Sailing isn't for me. I can say that with absolute certainty.
I got some news about your parents. Get ready for your mind to be blown. Could you imagine his bunny pirate parents? That's a pretty good bunny pirate parents. That's a fun one to say. Depends on how far we get from our Larenthia. Okay, we'll see. I'm not sure this life is for me either. It's just different. Valinor was completely different atmosphere than any of this. Even Mazeo was a bit of a culture shock to me and my friends. I can't even imagine what Alorenthia. Fortame is considered sea shanties. We'll have to work on that with him. We'll get some going for him. Once he starts learning them, I bet he sings them all the time. I bet he leads them. I bet he's the life. Fortame seems like he would be the life of a party. I want to see that. I also don't think did we get to see him drunk? Did he drink with us? I don't think he did. I still want to see that. I do. I look off into the horizon. We must be pretty far away. There's no sight of land ahead. How much farther to go?
Sorry for rambling on, but yeah, there's nothing else to do. I bet the other people will be able to keep your interest longer. But before you go, I have just one question to ask you.
Okay, yes, I did sleep with Ulrich. Okay, I know that's what you've been wanting to ask this whole time. Yes, the answer is yes, I did. He stops stretching and walks right up to me with a sly smirk.
Do we make it to the top or do we fail? What's your bet, Monarch? And no refusing. We're on a pirate ship, so we need to act like pirates.
What's my bet? What's the... Okay. I say we make it all the way to the top and make history. I say we try our best, but don't make it all the way. That's kind of depressing. I could be like, I'm just going to go with that one.
Optimism.
Yes.
I love it. The other pirates didn't
go
share
big
that
or go
trait.
home, right?
They seem to
Yeah.
actually look forward to failure.
Well, that's what I do. I don't look forward to nothing at all.
Though I guess that
I
would be
am
fun to
very
watch. Can you imagine if
nihilistic
I
in
fell
that
on the netting
regard.
into the sea? They'd probably stand by and laugh rather than help.
Could you imagine if I fell off the netting into the sea? Well, there's only one way to find out, Fortame. There's only one way to test that theory. So, get to it.
Oh, I know! A kiss! Loser has to kiss the winner. And yes, I totally rigged it.
What is the bet? Did you go the other way? And how did you rig it?
This way, I win no matter what.
I don't understand. I'm confused. That's fine. I'm okay with the kiss, but I'm still confused as to what the bet is. With a smirk and a wink, he runs off his way. Because he gets a kiss regardless. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. I'm fine with it. Full of energy, it seems, or perhaps he's stir crazy. There was once a ship that put to sea, and the name of that was Billy O.T. The wind blew hard and blue dripped down below my bully blow. Soon the wellerman came to bring us sugar and tea and rum. Yes. I'm guessing that is a shanty, and I like it. I don't know the tune, though. But also, Jojo, you, like Forte, might be going a little stir-crazy. Full of energy, it seems. You see what I did there? I don't blame him, being stuck at sea with nothing else to do. I guess our goal was clear. We'd climb the Gland Tree, a classic shanty, exactly. That is, if we made it back from Alarinthia in one piece. Hopefully. Maybe. His ability to focus on the positive stuff during our war was admirable. If you fall, you kiss him. If you make it, you have to kiss him. I see that now, and I'm fine with that. We could do that. Seems like a long time to wait, but we'll do it. Especially since, admirable, if not a bit naive. Hopefully I could join in his positivity. Well, at least someone's being positive. That's nice. He put this blade on my back, both literally and figuratively, weighs me down. I might leave it on the surface when we climb. Yeah, that would make things easier. Yeah, I'm probably not, if I'm back in Valinor, I'm always crazy, and yes, it is a shanty. Gotcha. Why would I bring the blade with me on a climb? Okay, whatever. That seems like a duh to me. A lot easier. Fortame's loyalty scene is now available when you return to I got his loyalty scene. Is that going to be the tree thing? Interesting. The game will notify you when you have an access to loyalty scene system. Loyalty scenes can be initiating by clicking the character on the war table. Nice. We did it. We did it, guys. We'll play a nice little shanty of our own to celebrate. But Fortame and me, we're going to do the loyalty thing together. Is that what the kids call it these days? Loyalty scenes? You meet somebody at a bar, you have a few drinks, you decide to go back to your place to do a loyalty scene. Is that how that works? I got it. That's fine if that's what people say. Let's go after that one. Let's make it even more awkward, and we'll go to Ulrich. Here we go. I make my way down to the ship cabin and see Ulrich sitting on a bed. At least, whatever passes for a bed aboard a somewhat cramped ship. He's sharpening his sword, clearly exerting himself as he does so.
Hey there, Monarch.
That's me.
As you can see, I'm getting ready for combat.
I can see that.
2 days before we are dragged into conflict.
That's optimistic. Are you being more positive or negative? I can't tell yet.
They don't use words to resolve things in Alarinthia. It's always a duel or a tournament. That's all they do. When we are there, we might as well speak their language.
Okay. Is it like Spanish? Should I just be like, hola, ¿cómo está? No. No creo que mi acuerda este país. You know, should I do that? Is that what we're doing? Ulrich always thinking about fighting. He smirks as if the promise of action is exciting to him. He did hate Alarinthia, but he also loved combat. It was in his nature. I think they speak French. Well, I don't know French. I can't do that. Oui. Parlez-vous? Something like that. He'd get to tackle a challenge worthy of skill while we were there.
Gotta make the most of a bad situation, right? I'll get to give my sword arm a real challenge. What about you, Monarch? Excited for this?
Hell yeah. Fighting side by side with you, that's a dream come true.
Glad to hear. I like that in a partner. Making change together. That's amazing. Not everybody would be so brave, you know.
Well, you know, I might just be saying that because you're rippling pecs. That. Anyway.
It's almost overwhelming to think about, actually. I have the support of the Monarch of Alestia. There's almost
That's me.
nothing we can't accomplish now.
Yep. I am the king. You can call me Uranus. You can call me, you know, the king. You can call me sir. You can call me daddy. Whatever you want to call me. I don't care.
But I'm guessing you didn't come down here for a lecture. Have a seat. There's something I'd like to talk to you about.
You wanna tell me about my car's extended warranty? Is that what you're about to do? Because that's not very nice, Ulrich. I nod and sit down beside him. He slowly rests his hand on top of mine and holds it. So much has happened since the last time we were together.
I don't want to scare you, and I'm not really hiding anything. But we're about to go to my homeland. You might hear things. Can you promise me something, Monarch?
What am I gonna hear?
What happens?
What am I gonna hear? Wait, I can't promise that until I know what they are. I did, though I have a class here. Oh, you're doing French as like a class? Well, that's pretty good. I've been doing Spanish recently. Hello, Hi-Fi Wolf. How are you? Sniff, sniff, indeed. Look at this guy. He's telling me I might hear things in his homeland. I don't know if I can make this promise until I know what those things are. So do you want to like share with the class? Hello! Hello! Anyway, do you want to tell me what those things are, Ulrich? Because I feel, oh, word? Exactly. I don't know what he wants me to say.
Remember me for the things I've done for you and the rebellion. No matter what you hear about me or my past, please, don't judge me. I wouldn't judge you based on your past, so I expect the same from you.
This is a very loaded... This is a loaded conversation right now. He murdered someone with his thumb. I could see that, and if that's what he's trying to tell me, that's okay. I expect that from you. But this is loaded. I'd be like, yeah, of course. But if I find out some really weird shit, might change my mind. So just throwing that out there. A nod. I can afford him that courtesy, as long as he's not hiding anything heinous. Yeah, he has not indicated in what way. I mean, hey, I'm fine with that. Me too, if he just wants to smash me under his thumb. We've already done the Smash Brothers game, so we're good there, but yeah. We'll figure it out. But he doesn't seem like the type. He's truly devoted to his life to the same cause as me.
Good. Then that's pretty much everything I had to say.
Okay.
I was really worried. I wasn't sure how to handle that topic.
I still don't know.
Rather than overthinking it, I just shot straight. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
It was especially hard since we're kind of involved now. Is that the right word for what we are? I don't really know.
Ulrich,
After what we did back in Mazeo, I think it's a safe term.
Ulrich, listen. I want you to know that you're very special to me. You are my boy toy, my booty call. So we are really close. me and Forte, we're dating. You and I, We're just smash and run friends, buddy. We're Smash Brother friends. That's a word. It's a safe term. No. You're my booty call. That's what we should. I call you my boy toy, and you call me Theo. You're not going to say anything, are you? Okay, I'll let him handle that one.
I don't want to complicate things, so I'll just be quiet. But don't think I've forgotten about what happened.
I mean, I hope you didn't. Jesus Christ. I know what he's referencing, and I won't say how heinous it is, though he makes it sound like he was an evil king. He does kind of sound it that way. But also, I love how he's like, don't think I forgot about what happened. And I'm sitting here like, I mean, I hope not. If you did, that would be really sad for me. I would just be like, yeah, he calls you daddy. He might. No, Theo.
Darling Jojo, I'm not just any daddy. I'm everyone's favorite Walpertinger, Theo, and I like to keep things interesting. But hey, you're the one who seems truly captivated by my charms and cheeky remarks. Oh well.
There you go. He got you. He got you there. I knew he was waiting in the wings for something. There we go.
I doubt we'll be able to do that on this ship. You can't even breathe without someone else hearing it. I have my ways of keeping quiet, but I wouldn't want to get caught.
Oh, don't worry about that. They can watch. It's fine. Gives me another one of those trademark smirks. I get the feeling he really does use alcohol as a social crutch. He's much more open and lively when he's drunk. When he's his alcoholic thing. Maybe you are, Theo. Maybe you are one and the same. Who can tell? Who can know? I guess it's not my place to say, as long as it doesn't get in the way of his duty. Something told me that our visit to Alarinthia would put him in a spotlight more than ever. I get up from the bed and turn around to face him. He continues working on his sword.
Sorry I didn't have much to say. I guess I'm a little shy. But it'll all make sense in time. I can promise you that. When that time comes, you need to keep your promise.
Super smash and drink? Probably both in different orders. Who knows? I feel like this is not a fair thing for him to ask me to do. He's like, keep your promise, even though you have no idea what you're about to hear. He's really pushing this promise thing. Should I be concerned? Yes. Yes, I should. Very much so. I'd hate for him to use this as leverage if some sort of horrible secret came to light. Thankfully, I see Ulrich is a good person. He wouldn't hide anything bad from us. Well, listen, like he said, it'll all make sense in time. Maybe. All I can really do is go about my business and wait. And also, Ulrich, if you want to try to see if we can keep it a secret on board the ship, I'm more than willing to try. It's something we can give a go. You know, we could make a game out of it. We could bring Fortame in, see if he can keep it a secret. We'll just have a grand old time in our little corner of the ship. It'll be great. You want to get there and find out he's the Dark Lord of the Sith?
Jojo, finding out I'm the Dark Lord of the Sith would definitely spice things up around here. Maybe I'll have to show off my dark side and reveal my true powers. Care for a taste of the dark side, my dear?
Wow. If you bring Fortame in, it's doomed from the get-go? Probably. I bet he's a screamer. Sorry. I regretted it at the moment it came out of my mouth. Anyway, thanks, Theo. I appreciate it. Too bad there wasn't enough privacy to have more fun. I was just talking about that. What do you know? Something told me you'd make up for that the next time we had the chance. My. Indeed. All right. What's next? Okay, so we did all that. Let's go say hello to Dominic. I still feel like I'm gonna get the entire VOD is gonna be silent just because of this song. And then my phone's gonna be blowing up because Clace will be like all over it. It'll be like, the LeemThatStreams was playing the music. I can't believe him. I can't tell if Theo means that in a horny way or a Sith way. They're not mutually exclusive. Yeah, I was going to say, not mutually exclusive. All right, let's go see how Dominic is doing. Dominic sits... You know, Ulrich was just there. I don't know how you guys didn't run into each other, so... I'm just going to say that. Dominic is in bed, staring down to the pendant I saw him hold back at the HQ. Oh, that was what's his name's? Seth? Is it Seth? No, that's not right. The guy who stabbed him, the dick that stabbed him, he did it. That's his pendant, right? Ooh, extra spicy, exactly. He had a... Shane, that's the one. You're right. Absolutely. Thank you, Gecko. He faced a death and came out the other side. That would change any man. But what happened while he was gone? That's a question that's been on my mind. I approach cautiously, careful not to startle him out of a reverie. Reverie. It's Shane. Okay, that's right. When I get close to him, he looks up at me, making no effort to hide his tears. Oh, Dominic. He finally had time to process everything that happened back in those tunnels.
I was such a fool, Monarch. Shane tricked me. I was careless. I should have never let him get close to me.
I mean, how would you know? That's not your fault. Like, Shane got tricked. And, like, to be fair, Shane really, really fell for it. Like, I don't even feel like that guy had to try very hard to get Shane to be like, oh yeah, they don't care about me. And then like the moment, the way he was acting in the tunnel, I felt like Shane might have been like, oh, maybe that guy was lying to me. That would be weird if like the bad guy that captured me and kept me in a prison, you know what I mean? Like, he would never lie to me. Why would he lie to me after keeping me in my prison and torturing me for weeks on end as I was captured? Like, why would that guy lie to me? Hug him now and don't even ask if he needs it. I know I need to hug poor Dominic. I really do.
He knew my weakness and exploited it. He made me so happy to see him again. I thought I was finally ready.
Were those two a thing? Were Shane and Dominic like together? I guess they've been implying that, but I'm not 100% sure if that's true. Like, were they like, you know, that close? I guess I don't know. Weakness? What does he mean?
Will you have a seat with me, Monarch?
I sure will.
I guess I should tell you the truth of what happened. From the sidelines, I must have looked incompetent.
I mean, I don't know, but also, we can have a seat. The seat's still warm. Ulrich was just there.
I mean, I'm trained in combat, you know. I should have been able to avoid Shane's dagger with ease. It's what they're all thinking, even if they don't say anything.
No, he was literally right on you. Like, avoiding that would have been actually pretty difficult. I'm just going to say, that would be pretty awesome. If you were able to avoid that, Savi, Shane, hey, Shane, Damek said he fucked your mom, and Shane was like, fuck the rebellion. Yeah, exactly. That's basically what happened. Shane was like literally being like waterboarded as he was saying that, and he's like, oh yeah, I can't see why you would lie to me, and blah, blah, blah. Just like, you know, like Sylvie's just like, yeah, like literally like breaking one of his fingers and was like, oh yes, did you know that Dominic said you were ugly? And as he was breaking his finger, Shane was like, oh, that makes sense. I don't know why I wouldn't believe you. And it's just like that, just the whole thing. Shane is kind of like, I don't know. Shane, listen, buddy. With my interest piqued, I sit down beside Dominic. He puts the pendant into one of his pockets and turns to face me. I could tell that his crying spell was over. He was more calm and collected.
Back during the occupation, my parents were killed. I saw them murder my father with no hesitation. Blood. Everywhere. After that, my mother took my hand and tried to find us some shelter.
Okay, that is very sad.
We didn't make it very far.
It was very sad.
We saw all the bodies in the town square. Mountains of them. The ground was full of blood. Almost like an ocean.
That's a lot of blood.
Closely, you can still see some of the stains.
I didn't look that closely. I'm not gonna lie. This seems unrelated to Shane's attack, but I sit and listen. He told me the truth, so I should see where it goes.
My mother made a judgment call and did something risky. What's the one place they would never look for survivors? That's right. Amongst the corpses. Covered and crushed by them.
Oh, so you did the Walking Dead approach. You know, like when the Walking Dead guys would cover themselves and, you know, Yeah, he, you know what I'm saying? Like he would cover themselves in the entrails of the dead so they could walk amongst them. That's kind of what, Domic's mom was like, works for Rick Grimes. Why would it not work for me?
I was crying, but she helped me get underneath a bunch of bodies. She played dead and lay on the outside, holding my hand as tight as she could. I remember how she kept telling me that everything would be okay. That soft whisper.
Wow. Yeah, this is kind of deep. Ugh.
She didn't make it very long. They found her.
The whole hiding in the bodies trick.
Over.
Apparently it didn't work.
Every time. The grip of my hand
Jesus
got
Christ.
tighter and tighter. Then, after a while, it just let go. I got to feel her final moments.
Holy shit, guys. That is very fucking sad. That wow. Listen, Domic, you're one damaged puppy. I feel so bad for you. Oh my goodness. Domic, I really do want to hug Domic right now. I feel so bad for him.
The voice telling me that everything would be okay soon went silent. I was left there, under a pile of bodies, covered in blood. The last embrace I remember, the last time I held a hand.
Like literally, or just like...
It's not something I could ever do again. It just reminds me of that day.
Oh.
Now you understand how Shane made me freeze in fear and surprise. He was the only other person I told this to. He used that to trick me.
Oh, was that like him coming in? Oh, that Shane is getting worse and worse, man. Like, fuck Shane. Fuck that guy. Goddamn. I hope, I mean, I never say like, I hope someone dies, but like, if Shane were to die, Domic needs a lot of love and therapy and doesn't need better help. He just needs the best help. Yeah, right. Better help might be. Listen, Domic, this might be a good time to talk about my sponsor, BetterHelp. No, I don't have a sponsorship with BetterHelp. They have yet to reach out. I do have Factor 7. I could do a Factor one. Factor 75. You guys want a good deal? I could do that. I'll get that going here. Every 10 minutes or so. You know, Domic, this story reminds me that when you're hiding amongst a group of dead bodies, sometimes you do not have time to make dinner for yourself when you're hiding amongst dead bodies and you're hoping not to die like your mom beside you. Sometimes you just don't have time for dinner. So that would be a great read, right? Like, I don't know. We could try that.
And he would have killed me too, if it wasn't for you and Hal.
No, he did. He literally did kill you.
Somebody again. And then this happens. That's how I know Shane wasn't just acting. He played dirty, and he wanted me dead.
No, he did kill you. Like, literally, we brought you back to life. There wasn't, no, he almost killed you.
There was so much running through my mind the moment he stabbed me.
Ouch.
I thought perhaps he was trying to win over the triumvirate so he could get more intel. But then he stabbed me again.
That would be great. I'm sure Factor would love it, right? I'll get back in touch with them and see if I can do that.
Was gone. They did something to him while he was imprisoned. They won him over. I don't know how they did it.
He literally just said that you were mean to him. That was it. I've seen it.
One of our allies.
I saw it. Literally, Salvi was just like, Domic was mean to you, and he was like, oh shit. Fuck that guy, and then just like that was it. I feel like every Clace game should come with a free month of BetterHelp. That would be good. If I did get a sponsorship from BetterHelp, this would be a good game for it. I'd be like, oh yeah, Days 3, you know, Valessa, Hal, and Domic all desperately need to talk to BetterHelp right now. I nod, agreeing with Domic. But that was a horrible story. I was like, shit, man. Fucking Downer. Jeez, Debbie Downer. Jeez, what's wrong with you? Going through all that as a child? His aversion to physical contact makes perfect sense now. Oh, I guess that makes sense now. I get it. Okay. And Shane is an awful person, having taken advantage of that. Yeah, he kind of is. Shane's kind of an asshole. I used to like Shane a little bit. Like, he seemed kind of cool. Not anymore. I think he's a total dick. Startling Damek, making him relive those memories and then killing him. It was despicable.
Sorry for dropping all of that on you, Monarch.
That's fine.
I just needed to tell somebody.
I gotcha.
It was eating away at me.
I'm here for you, buddy.
I trust you.
I won't... Listen, I wanted to hug you. I did want to hug you, but I'm going to respect those boundaries, my friend, because that's the kind of friend I am. See what I'm saying? Hey, Dominic, did you know ZocDoc, and you can find a local therapist who accepts your insurance and understands your issues? And if you don't like them, you can switch because it's all from your computer. Super easy. Anyway, yeah, no, Shane's an asshole. What was I saying? Something about his eating way. Trust me, I'd never do anything like Shane did. I hope not. Jesus Christ. That goes without saying. However, the room soon falls to silence. Dominic fidgets awkwardly, clearly nervous. But, like I was saying, I want to hug you, but I won't because that would be breaking boundaries. And people shouldn't do that. See what I'm saying? I got you, buddy.
Well, I guess that's enough to kill any conversation. Like I said, I'm sorry for dropping all of that on you.
See, I can't...
Anything else you need to say to me while you can?
I know this is my policy, but that can't... No. Was I not listening? Was I literally not... That feels wrong. But I'm going to go with it because that's my policy. I always have to use this choice. But I feel like the hand thing is a little insensitive on my part. Just putting that out there. I am aware of the insensitivity to this. I say nothing. See, I can't really do that. Why was I not listening? Did I not listen to that story? I know Dominic needs love, but that's pretty insensitive right there. I'm like, hey, remember that story you told me about your mom? Here's my hand.
The LeemThatStreams is proud to support an ongoing donation
What do you
drive
think
right
about
here
that?
on Twitch for the Lemur Conservation
In
Foundation.
response, he winces
if you want to
and
support
moves
the
a few
stream
inches
in
away.
an awesome
See,
way
why
and
would
can
I
afford
do
it,
that?
Check it out.
I'm not
To
sure what
learn
I
more,
expected.
Check out the link in chat
But it
at
just felt like the right moment.
lemurreserve.org.
I'm sorry, Monarch.
That's okay.
I'm just not ready.
No, that's fine. I'm in the wrong. I'm clearly in the wrong here. Clearly, you just told me that story. You socially awkward monarch. Seriously, I just literally like. Here you go. Oh yeah, you just told me that story. Oops. He gulps and gives me a nervous smile.
It means a lot, though. It really does.
All right, fair enough.
I just have to put this barrier up for my own benefit.
Hey, I know you just explained how you don't feel comfortable with touch and want to grab my... What? Do you want to grab my hand? Just like when your mom died? Yeah, seriously. I was like, hey, you want to relive every second of that moment? Here you go. Yeah, that was bad.
This is war. I almost died back in the Rebel HQ. If I did, can you imagine the pain you would feel? Getting close at a time like this could be disastrous.
Well, listen. Everyone, this may be the perfect time. Sometimes it is at the worst of times. We must get the best of times. Don't hold yourself back. You don't have to hold hands, but you can, we could still be friends. He smiles and gets out of bed, and I do so as well. Almost, right? I could tell you that he was already ready to end this conversation.
Well, should we call it then? I think this is as good a time as any. Let that new information process for a while.
Yeah, that's fine, buddy. You do you. I will never do that again because that was a really insensitive thing for me to do. Just be like of all of the gestures for me to do, I feel like that was the most insensitive I possibly could have been there. It just felt so wrong, but it's my policy. I got to choose the flirt option every time. That's how this works. I can't not do it. So
when it comes to my past, that's about it.
Roll to one there, exactly.
To the future. I hope it's just as bright as I picture it.
I hope so too, buddy. I really want to hug you, but I won't because that's the kind of guy I am. Yeah. All right, moving on. With that, he walks away from me and back up to the deck. I feel really bad. I'm glad he liked enough to tell me about his past. It was my duty to never take advantage of that like Shane did. Yeah, God, I actually kind of fucking hate Shane now. I freaking hate Shane. But there's definitely like more to Shane and Dominic than we know at this point. Like it feels like there's got to be more to them. All right, we'll go see Pro. I think that's the last one. And then we'll go see what that is all about. I see Pro sitting at one of the beds, striking a match. He uses it to light some nearby candles, creating a laid-back atmosphere. The candle slowly fills the crew's quarter with a sweet aroma, very relaxing. Oh, he went to Yankee Candle Company before going on the ship. That's pretty cool. He could put that in the latrine. He probably did. I bet he left like a few candles in there. That's very, very thoughtful, Pro.
Hey there, Monarch. Perfect timing, actually. I wanted to talk to you.
Perfect. Was that about the candles in the latrine? I really like the choices. One was pine. The other one was like gingerbread. I think those are good choices. Maybe the other one, you could put sandalwood in there. That would be nice. Those are good flavors. I say that like flavor. Is that the right? You should let him decide when he wants to hold your hand. I mean, he lost his mom and just got killed and he's got some things going on. Totally. I really should let him do all that. I don't know why that was like his initial thought. It was like, just, here's my hand. Is flavors the right word for a candle? Like the scent? Is it just scent or can you say flavor? Because flavor kind of implies like an eating thing. And if you're eating candles, even the scented ones, that's probably not a good idea. So you heard it here first, folks. PSA, don't eat Yankee candles. Don't do it. It's not good for you. I wanted to talk to you.
We were supposed to have a date. Right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I mean, we wanted to see if we click or whatever. I'm glad we decided
Maybe
to
the Monarch is autistic and didn't realize it wasn't the time. Possibly. Very possible. I'm just a very socially awkward Monarch. I have a hard time with cues. You know, so I was like, he said something about holding hands and I was like, good point. And then it just... I mean, maybe. I don't know. I feel like it was just a weird writing moment, to be completely honest, but that's fair. I think what they were going for, if I had to be completely clear, is I think that like, I can click into something. Oh, I can click into something, Pro. We can try that. We can do that. But I'm just saying, I think what they were going for with Dominic was more like, does he trust me? Like, am I trying to like see, does Dominic feel that way or trust me enough? And I guess that's what I was going for, but I feel like it was really an insensitive moment.
So, want to have a seat? We can get things started. The candles are supposed to be relaxing, something about aromatherapy. I never really looked into it, but I'm scared of water, so I needed help.
Are you scared of like being in water or just water in general? Because I feel like that is not going to be good for your hydration. I sit down beside Pro on the bed, already one fact richer. He was scared of water. He must not be having much fun, I would imagine. It makes me wonder what else I don't know about him. He is a bit of a mystery. I mean, is he though? Like, we kind of know quite a bit about him at this point.
You should tell me about yourself, Monarch. And this is because I'm genuinely interested, I swear. Whatever you tell me, I'll never write down in any books.
What if I tell you my birthday and then you forget? And then I'll be like, you probably should have written that down in your book, you insensitive asshole. Did you think of that?
That's what friends do, right? Confide in each other? I know I always talk about writing books and conducting interviews, but the truth is, this time, I want to keep things between the two of us.
Okay, this is a weird... Listen, Pro, I'm going to give you a little bit of a tip. If you want to be the charmer that you say you are, this is really not the best way to start it, like just telling me like line by line what you're thinking. Some of that is internal dialogue, and that's fine. Pro, I just told Dominic about this, but have you considered BetterHelp? Oh, a doctor for fear of water is a sign of rabies. Maybe it could be. Do you have rabies? Were you bitten by... Did Shane bite you? Because I'm guessing Shane has rabies. I nod and tell him a random fact about myself. Nothing harmful, just small. What did I tell him? He smiles. What did I tell him? Is it like up to me to think about what that is? Exchange facts about each other. He seems really happy. The pressure not to write any of this down and treat me like a subject must be relieving.
Everyone always treats me with such apprehension, you know? Like, anything they tell me, I'll turn around and use it against them. That is a part of my business.
I like
turtles,
Jojo,
yeah, right?
My dear, turtles are cute and all. But hey, have you ever seen a Walpertinger in action? We're not just cute, we're sexy and mysterious creatures. Care for a little nibble, darling?
Oh my god. Theo, I'm gonna get the water sprayer, I'm gonna dump some cold water on you. Jesus Christ. Theo, going full thirsty, right? Yeah, seriously. Theo, I will spray you with the ice cold water if you don't calm down. Jesus Christ. There.
I hope people don't treat me that way after the war is over. I'm quitting this swindler's life as soon as I get the chance.
Look at this face.
I'll still write, but I
Looks
won't
kind of
use
cute,
information
actually.
as a weapon. Ever. Instead, I'll use it to help those in need. You know, I've done it before and it feels good. Information can either be a sharp knife or a warm embrace.
That's great, but you know who not to use that warm embrace on? Don't do it on Dominic. Just letting you know, we've had a conversation. I'm not going to tell you about it, but just trust me on this one. So he's hitting on me, and is that an invitation, Theo? Right? He's on it. He's ready to go. But I'm gonna cool him down.
But like
I think.
said, I'm no fiction writer. I prefer to focus on stuff that's real, like people and their actions.
That's fair.
They ripple outwards, affecting people in ways they'd never know.
Let me do. No, we don't need to do that. Crap. Stupid thing. Okay, hold on. Another wise man once said, "Love is like a dagger." Probably. Shane probably said that fucking asshole.
Of course, that's something that applies to normal people. There's nothing normal about you, Monarch. No offense, of course.
What?
You're going to be in charge of the entire world.
What the fuck do you mean by that?
This war is over.
What are you trying to say? The fuck are you saying? Are you insulting me? I'm on to you. I'm keeping an eye on you, pro. Wow, talk about putting pressure on. I mean, I kind of already knew this. Shane probably said, "Love is for the weak." Stab, stab. Pro senses this and changes the subject. Thanks, Pro.
Can I tell you a little secret?
Oh, he's definitely insulting you? He might be.
Differently. You know, so you won't picture me as a bad person.
Do you think I see you as a bad person? Like, is that his assumption right now? Is that I'm like, yeah, that asshole. Fucking asshole. Can't believe what he thinks of me. Listen, don't talk to me, Pro. You completely horrible human being, you. I guess dog being you. Whatever.
I can tell that a lot of people do, even if they don't say it.
Maybe Shay saw Star Wars and was like, damn, this no attachment thing is lit.
It's not my fault I'm
Maybe.
like this.
It worked out really well for the Jedi too, you know? 100% worked out. Speaking of Star Wars, did everybody see the trailer for Acolyte? That came out today, and that looks cool. I gotta be honest, Acolyte, I'm actually excited about this one. And Star Wars has been a little up and down on some things here and there, but like Acolyte looks really cool. I'm really excited for it because I think, I'm pretty sure that this is the very first live action anything from Star Wars that does not in some way take place during the Skywalker saga. So it's like completely different. There may be a few characters that we will like know there. Like I think Yoda is around this time because I think he's in the books, right? Like the High Republic books. Pretty sure Yoda's in that. And then in the trailer today, they showed some people that we might know. Pro, as long as you don't join the enemy and use my greatest weakness to get close to me and kill me, you're not a bad person. I agree. You're not Shane, so that's all I need to know. He smiles, but suddenly a wave of fear overtakes my entire body. I shut my eyes tightly as the last phrase echoes through my mind. Where did I hear that before? Oh, right. During my visions. When I first touched the blade of Exodus back in Valinor, a series of visions ended with me getting stabbed by a man. A man that unfortunately wait a minute, what? What? Pro? You're not gonna Shane me, are you? You're not gonna pull a Shane on me, are you? Listen here. He lets out a loud sigh and slowly rests his hand on top of mine. Yeah, it looks really interesting. I know a couple of characters from the High Republic book. It'd be cool to see a younger Yoda. Well, they showed a character that was like one of the kids, and God, he's in the Clone Wars, and he was like, he's the one who found Ahsoka, and I'm trying to remember his name all of a sudden. He was one of the Jedi Masters, and it could be him. Like he could be in it. I really cannot remember his name. And then there is the Wookiee that's like a Jedi Wookiee is in the show as well, who's one of the characters from the books. So there's got to be a lot of characters from the books in there, I think. I think there's definitely definitely. The only thing I'm like curious about more so is how they're going to deal with this whole Sith thing. With like the Acolyte, it seems like they're heading towards a Sith situation. And I guess depending on how far back this would this be a Darth Plagueis era? Like, would this be Plagueis' time, or would it be his master? I don't know. I guess I don't know like how far back this is. So that could be interesting to see what they do there. And then also how they explain down the road that like even like the Jedi in the temple were like, nobody's seen Sith for 1,000 years except for this show, you know? But we'll see. Anyway, also, you're not going to kill me, are you, Pro? You're not going to shame me. A few moments later, he entwines his fingers with mine, smiling. My heart beats incredibly fast as this revelation processes itself. What was going on? Why would he do that?
There was this little boy who got abandoned by his parents.
Oh, here we go.
He didn't know why, and that hurt him so much. Maybe they just didn't want him. But why? What did he ever do to them? It made no sense, and he hated that.
You know what I think's happening, guys? Maybe there's not a full Sith Lord at the time. I mean, but wouldn't that break with like or I don't know if it's like canon story now, but doesn't Plagueis? I thought Plagueis had a master too. I'm trying to remember his name. Ow! Spice Stoner, my goodness. And I like Tenebrous. It was Tenebrous, Darth Tenebrous. Yeah. I don't know if that's canon, but I know he does have one. My goodness, I've been gooed. Ow. Freaking Pro, you're telling me a sad story. Contain yourself. I feel like what's happening right now is that everybody I meet during this like boat ride, I must be wearing a BetterHelp t-shirt or something because they are all ready to like tell me their life stories right now.
He had to grow up on the streets, living on the scraps that other people threw away. It wasn't just his parents, you know. It almost seemed like nobody wanted him at all. That just made things worse. Can you imagine feeling unwanted by the world?
I mean, I think we've all probably felt that way from time to time, Pro. I can understand that. I mean, yours is a little bit more literal, but everyone's felt that way. It's not necessarily true, regardless of the situation. Maybe they all signed up for BetterHelp, and my name just popped up. They're like, Monarch, and it just says Monarch on it, you know? Yeah. I mean, it's sad, but we've all felt that way, Pro. We all know that feeling. We can sympathize. I get you, buddy. But it's not true. It's not true, I promise you. He starts telling me a story. The anxiety slowly dissipates. Pro was a swindler, right? Maybe he's only pretending to kill me. He doesn't know about this, I assume. I don't think Pro could hurt me. There's a much deeper meaning here.
He started to pick up on people's secrets. You know, just little things. After a while, he found out that people would pay anything to learn these secrets. As a teenager, he used this ability to live a luxurious life of gluttony and sloth.
Oh man, you better watch out for the 7 killer, because you're going to be double the target.
He knew secrets that could topple cities or destroy people's relationships. But none of that gave him satisfaction, because there was one thing he never knew. Why his parents abandoned him. Why they didn't want him. Did he deserve it?
No.
It was too humiliating to admit, so he made up another story. His parents died during the occupation. That was much less embarrassing. Everybody believed him, and that helped him fit in with a new group of people.
If he like turns around and says, you know, all of that was a story of a friend, not me, of course, and then tries to okay.
This new group of people, the rebellion, wanted to use his skills for good. They accepted him with open arms, which is something nobody had ever done before. He knew he found his place in the world, and since then, he served his new family.
This is very sweet, bro. I'm very... Throw that boy. That boy was Shane. Oh my God. They're like, that was Shane. And it goes to tell you that it doesn't matter if he has a really sad story. Shane's still an asshole. 100%.
Keeps prodding the locals for information, picking up all sorts of secrets. He wants to know why people do the things they do and what motivates them. He does this so nobody has to suffer like he did. Simply not knowing the reason.
Okay, yeah, no, definitely everybody on the ship needs some better help sessions. They all do. My goodness, everybody has some baggage. My goodness. This is the ship of baggage. You know, guys, we were told to pack light, okay? Goodness me. He notices I notice he starts to get sad and tears are forming in his eyes. Well, except for Forte. He just wants to climb shit. Yeah, seriously. Everybody else is like, let me tell you my super sad secret story. And Forte's just like, I'm going to climb some shit, pro. You want a hug and a subscription to Better Health? I got a deal for you. If you use the promo code DADDY, you can get 1 free session after purchasing 3. So that's my promise to you. Also, Factor 75, when you're too busy pulling off espionage and you can't make dinner, this is the perfect way to, you know, make your tummy happy even if you're not. Right? I got you covered. He's talking about himself. He's the boy in the story. Am I just now picking that up? I'm just like, oh, I get it now. Everyone, I'm depressed and I need help. Fortame. I just want to climb. Let's go climbing and do a date and stuff. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever, man. Like, I'm really bummed out right now, but okay. Perhaps telling me as if it were a story made it easier for him. Maybe.
So everybody thinks this guy is bad. A blackmailer and a swindler. He might be right, but that's just how he grew up. He had no control. He had nobody to show him how to act.
I want to hug you too, Pro. I want to give you a hug.
Love him.
But is he also going to like look at me and go, also, I don't like to be touched, so don't do it, you asshole. And I'm still going to be like, give me a hug. And just like, you can also be my boyfriend, right? Seriously. I have 2 others right now, but feel free to join in. It's fine. And more the merrier. We can just be a big old happy, you know, family here. I guess technically I'm also hitting on Valessa, so she's here too. You know, we're all here together. It's fine.
At least until now.
Was this the date? Because I gotta tell you, you could have done better. He squeezes my hand tighter and then sits up on the bed. Resting on his knees, he makes sure to face is level to mine.
I'm sure you've already guessed it, but
she doesn't count because she's a girl. I don't know about that.
Doesn't matter to me.
Every action
equal opportunity to flirt. Whether you're a girl, a guy, or a non-binary squirrel,
Ooh,
I'm
who's
here
that?
to sprinkle some Theo magic in your life. Care to join me in a little naughty adventure?
and ask them.
Jesus, who's this? Okay, who's the non-binary squirrel? Because I'm very curious about that. Who is that? Do we have someone in chat who's a non-binary squirrel? Because if you are there, feel free to say hello. That is awesome. Also, my goodness, Theo, Jesus. What were you saying? Something about Theo? Are you breaking up with me? He says he's with everybody. It's just not an exclusive thing. It's like me and the ship. You know, I might date Pro, but I'm also dating everybody else, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Face to face and ask him. All right.
Why did they hate me? Why did they throw me away like garbage? If they weren't proud of me, are they proud now?
Is this you continuing the date? Because I'm sympathetic, but that's a weird way to continue a date.
I'd do anything to learn where they are right now. Follow any order. Take any course of action. I hope you can understand, Monarch.
I mean, sure, but also, Pro, you got to work on your Riz. Talk to Fortame. Yeah, seriously, talk to Fortame. He knows how to do it. Also, yeah, you know, if there wasn't so many people here, me and Ulrich would be already doing it right now. But I get the feeling this may happen. This seems like a foreshadowing, so this may happen. I nod and raise my free hand up to stroke the side of his face. He lets out a soft gasp in response and looks directly in my eyes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I lean in closer, lowering my hand down to his side. We kiss, and I can feel him tremble softly, as if he's shy. A single tear trails from his eyes as our lips press together. I know, seriously, we just went right into it. No matter what happened, he'd always be welcome at my side. We continue to kiss, the sweet scent of the candle slowly filling the room. The perfect atmosphere, the perfect mood to express our feelings for one another. And back to the cheery music! Yay! Oh, after all those, okay. Good stuff, guys. We did it. We did that. Okay, that's good stuff. Wow. That went somewhere. Let me save there real quick. Better be careful playing Smash Bros with candles around. Yeah, that's probably a good point. Oh, nothing really changed there, but that's okay. Okay, so I guess we'll move forward because I don't think there's anything else to do. We did the whole heart-to-heart session. Retire to your quarters until you arrive at Alarinthia. Yes, I had a very heavy day. I now know everybody's sad freaking stories, except for Fortame, who's probably climbing the mast right now. I make my way down into the crew area of the ship. My bed isn't hard to find, and at least I have privacy. Do we? I find myself remembering what Gris told me about the blade. It bends to the will of the wielder. That much is true. I've been able to use it to accomplish so much already. But what are the true limits of its power? Did I want to know? The rest of the blade on my bed and sit beside it, cross-legged. You should invite Ulrich over? Yeah. He's probably sharpening his sword somewhere private. And who's to stop him? Who's gonna stop him? Closing my eyes, I start to focus and clear my mind. This is probably a good time to test my limits. Yes, on a ship in the middle of the ocean, what could go wrong? The blade of Exodus, show me our victory. I reach forward and gently touch the blade. My eyes are shut tight, and my resolve is clear. Yet, try and wish as I might, nothing happens at all. Did the blade have nothing to show me? Or maybe, was I scared of seeing the future? It could be worse. There was no victory in sight. I pull back. No one is here to help you if something goes wrong. Exactly. This could go horribly wrong. I pull back and open my eyes. It didn't work. I scoff and rest the blade at my bedside, concerned. I drift off to sleep with an anxiety that wasn't there before. Well, that's not good. I've lost my powers. I'm useless now. I'm no longer the king. They will take my crown, and I cannot allow this. When I wake up, I see the sun pierce through the windows. With everything I was told, This means we're in Alarinthia. Damn, now you need better help? Oh, I knew it. Okay, well, it's a good thing I've got this great deal that I can pass along. I grab the blade and immediately get out of bed. Running around the ship, I see nobody in sight. Did they leave without me? That's odd. Or maybe they let me sleep in. Everything that happened, I guess I'm thankful. I search for a map of Alarinthia and inspect it closely. If they left, then I should be able to meet them at the docks. I mean, did they literally just like they were just like, ditch the seer, ditch the king? You know, but what if they did? That'd be kind of sad. Okay, so going here doesn't really do anything. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to the docks, I guess. Let's do it. Ooh. Ain't this a fancy place? When I exit the ship, I notice everybody standing around outside. Ulrich stands strong and tall, but all of my other comrades look defeated. Fanning themselves, it's clear that the heat is the source of this exhaustion.
Oh, geez, this is almost unbearable. Ulrich, how do people even live in this heat? It's only been 10 minutes and I already feel like death.
Yeah, that would be really bad. That's like the one thing. I like how no one checked on you. Guess ruling the world isn't important. You know, it's fine. It's fine. They all just kind of were like, yeah, okay, let's go. The king's sleeping in. The king gets to do what he wants. You know, we're all just going to go sit in the heat while he does whatever the fuck he feels like. Valessa, I feel like this would be one of the parts of being a furry in real life that would be kind of tough. If you go to like hotter environments, that would be bad. Like, what if Shane snuck on board and killed me? He like literally sneaks on board and he like grabs my hand. He's like, are you like this too? And then just proceeds to stab me. And I'm like, oh no, it's fine. I don't mind holding hands. It's not really as bad as you think. Ow. And then just kind of like, that's how it goes. Yeah, that would suck.
You get used to it, trust me. Besides, a lot of the natives are draconic. Their bodies don't handle the mainland
only
too
the
well.
cool kids join the conspiracy on Discord.
They
so,
do.
I can see why you are not there. Just saying.
That's fair. That's fair. Their bodies don't handle the mainland too well.
Oh, I think I read about that. Hopefully they can adapt just as fast as we can. We'll be marching into Balteas together, after all.
Well, that is best case scenario, so I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just make sure to have a drink on you at all times. In these deserts, dehydration is your greatest enemy.
Okay, Ulrich, I'm just going to put this out there immediately. Alcohol doesn't keep you hydrated. I know you like to think it does. And I know it's not going to stop you, but just putting that out there. Hey, Monarch, want a hug? Stab. And just multiple times. I'm like, oh yeah, a hug would sound, ow, okay, are you still offering though? Ow, okay, I see this is going a bit of a different direction. Ow, still, I'm fine with it if you want to. Dehydration is your greatest enemy. Just, Ulrich. Water, okay? Water.
Right.
They part ways and go about their business. Actually, he dehydrates you faster, exactly. So, Ulrich, behave. Ulrich goes towards Pro and they start talking in private. Alcoholic water, got it. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, okay, I'll just get some White Claws, it'll be fine. I bet Fortame has some. Fortame, I got your White Claws back here. Black Cherry, we discussed this. Remember, it's in my backpack when we go climbing. Valessa ends up with Fortame, so I need to find my own company. Everybody's abandoning me right now. Dominic and Howell stand together, so I slowly walk towards them. Why do I see two people? Everybody else is like closed off into twos. And I'm like, nah, they're busy. And then I see another two and I'm like, that's fine. And then just vodka looks like water is close enough. Basically, it's 100% the same thing. Hopefully some of the tension settled after the long voyage. It would be detrimental to have two senior staff constantly at arms.
Hello, Monarch.
Hi. I'm not going to offer you my hand at this time. That would be really rude. I'm not going to do that. So you can be rest assured.
Hey.
Oh, you look so happy. Oh, look at that smiling, cheery face of yours.
I was just about to ask Howell about Alarinthia. Surely it looks much different than it did
If
back
Shane
then.
tries to kill you, offer him better health. I'm like, oh, as he's stabbing him, like, oh, but you could get 2-3 months if you just, that would not go well.
Legends that lie.
Wait, really? But that can't be true. The destruction of the idol turned it into this desert. Without spiritual energy to nurture the land. Oh, wait.
Precisely. Alarinthia has always looked this way. This legend you speak of is simply a poorly conjured tale.
Hey, Dominic, want a hug? Here, hold my hand, Dominic. I don't want to get lost. What if we get lost here? You got to hold my hand. And then I just, I could hold his hand, like, and as we're walking, he's like awkwardly and very uncomfortable holding my hand as we walk through the city, and I just keep going. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Oh God, I just turned on him, like, whisper in his ear, it's gonna be okay. That's horrible. Could you imagine? Oh my God. Oh, I'm about to get to the point. Here.
Correct. In our prison, we had no power. There is no logic behind these assumptions of yours. At least, no logic now that you know the truth of our kind.
Don't worry, Damick. I know a great therapist here. It's gonna be okay. And he's like, God damn it. Just like, get away from me, you fucking psychopath. Okay.
Well, isn't that wonderful news? At least it narrows our focus a little bit more. I could tell that was a source of stress, Monarch.
That's me. Also, ooh, I get to flirt with Howl? Hell yeah. I'm gonna flirt with 1,000 people all at once. I'm gonna hug 1,000 people all at once. Can we do that? Let's make that happen.
Please refrain.
God damn it. Ouch. I just totally, wow. That sucked, dude. He just freaking totally rejected me right now. I just got 100% rejected. This is bad. 1,000 people at once just rejected me. Could you imagine? Literally, at one time, 1,000 people literally all just said no. No, Nathan, no. And I'm like, God damn it. All right, fine. Whatever, Hal. He crosses his arms and looks around at the docks. But hey, new world record in record time. I got turned down by 1,000 people in record time. Well, as far as you guys know. And he wasn't even gentle about it. Not even at all. Not even at all. But I bet he's not gentle about most things, would be my guess. I can tell he's wondering why we're still standing around. After all, we were on a tight schedule with the ball and all. Ooh, I said that. With the ball and all. Get it, guys? With a rhyme. I'm just trying to ease the tension here a little bit.
Normally there'd be a lengthy immigration process, but due to the ball, this nation is open to everybody. It's a long trek, but we can head straight into the city.
It's right there. It can't be that far. I'm guessing that's the city. So what do we do once we get there?
Look for Vivian, I presume. If we can't find her in time, then we'll head to the ball. But meeting her before then would be a huge advantage.
Perfect.
We agree with this course of action, Monarch. However, our knowledge of Alarinthia is not very deep. We'd suggest working closely with Ulrich in this endeavor.
I mean, that's what we were going to do anyway. He seems to know everything. Go on a date when you get there. We will. We're going to go on a date with somebody. I don't know who, but somebody. We'll figure it out. Hal, do you want to go? Do you want to reject me again? I'm guessing you probably would. I nod, agreeing that they both have to have a say. As if that was to dismiss me, they both turn away. They're like, get out of here. They're like, get away from me. It's nice to see they're getting along at least. Sure. Ulrich and Pro seem to be done with their conversation as well. Making my way over to Ulrich, I noticed something odd. Out of the corner of my eye, someone is staring at me. Uh-oh. I got someone's eye. I understand. I get it. Don't you guys worry. I know why you would be so, you see this guy standing around, you see this Leem, and you're just like, can't look away. And I understand. Don't think I don't understand that. Ooh, new boyfriend? Maybe. What the fuck? Holy shit. I guess they weren't joking about the whole dragon thing. Holy shit. How are you, big guy? Those are some nice wings right there. What are you, fucking Charizard? Like, it's literally... Dude, it's literally Charizard here. Oh my goodness. All right. I make eye contact with them and they quickly run away. Wow, that's awkward. Jesus, Charizard was like, fuck that shit, and runs away. And just, ouch. I've just been turned away. I just literally got turned down by 1,000 people all at once. And then freaking my first ever encounter with a Charizard, they were like, nope. And then that was it. That was the end of that. That was concerning, but by Ulrich is probably a good idea right now. As I approach him, he smiles at me. Odd. I thought that he'd be miserable.
Hey there, Monarch. Welcome to my homeland. Forecast calls for excruciating heat and a chance of death. Just a chance, though. Let's hope it stays that way, right?
Do you know Charizard? Is that a friend of yours? Are you aware of Charizard? What do you know what they are? What their deal was? It's all BetterHelp ads. It probably would be this whole time. I nod. I guess he's using some humor to cope.
Let me guess. You have a lot of questions. I'll try my best to answer, but make it quick. We're on a strict timer here. We can't fail.
Charizard. Do you know him? What's your thoughts? He motions towards the vast desert before us. It's literally right there. What's the chance, Ulrich? Like, in a percentage? Yeah, seriously. Is it like 90% death, or is it like 90% heat? Or is it like 60-40? Which one are we doing here? Honestly, it seems to go on forever. It's crazy. No, it doesn't. It's literally right there. What are we talking about here?
The ball. Okay. Dinner time. If we don't move fast, we won't be able to make it. You know what's at stake, Monarch. Let's get going.
Okay. I won't ask questions then. Let's go. We just got to go. Well, we can talk and walk at the same time. There's no reason why we can't. Unless you're not good at that. You know? Maybe you're not the chew gum and walk type of person. I don't know. That could be possible. But not. I guess he does have the authority here. After all, none of us know anything about this place. If we're following his lead, it's better to do what he says. Of course, I do have a few questions about this place. If I stop to ask him before we leave, I better do it fast. Or I could just do it while we're talking. He's not good at multitasking. I mean, I feel like we could ask these questions on the way. Missing that ball could be catastrophic for a cause. Oh, okay. Whoa! Hey, Ori Coyote, how's it going? Thank you so much for the raid. What is going? How's it going? Thank you for the raid. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the LeemThatStreams. I hope you guys are having a good time. How are you guys doing over there? What were you guys up to? Let's give you a nice little shout out. Love to have you here. Let's see what you guys were up to. You were playing Leica, Age Through Blood. Interesting. I don't know that one.
Oh, Roro, mentioning Automod in the digital realm? Just like the fabulous Silva's attention to new
Hello!
Embrace the vigilant spirit, Roro, and let the feline instinct guide you through the virtual jungle.
Indeed. Those are words of wisdom right there. It's a furry game. Coyote and a motorcycle with a gun. What more do you need? What more do you need? That was some sage words of advice. I love it. My bot is turned all horny apparently today, so he's not as insightful as that, unfortunately. But it is something. That sounds awesome. It does sound awesome. I agree. But thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Welcome everybody for joining. My name is Naze and I am the LeemThatStreams. If you want to hang out and chill with us for a little bit, feel free to do it. Free Ruru plug from Soba. Ooh, nice. That is cool to hear. But, you know, hang out, join us for a nice little story. We got a good little cast of wonderful characters here that we can hang out with. So let's go see what's up, shall we? And welcome. I am so glad to have all you here. So feel free to kick up, relax. Soba is my cat. She sends her regards. Very good. I'm glad, Soba. Hello, Soba. Thank you. Your regards are welcome. But anyway, let's see what everybody's up to. Oh, this guy. I do like this guy. He's very cute. Let's see what he's about.
I need to thank you again, Pommy.
Pommy, that's right. Pommy.
It truly does. Some of the rebels have started to side with Howl.
I mean, are they? Because, like, who is? Like, that seems weird. Like, is Howl out there, like, actively, like, advocating for this? I don't really see that.
A pretty dumb decision, if you ask me. I know what they're thinking, that you're responsible.
But that's impossible. Nobody could have seen what was coming.
Hi. Oh, you are adorable. I love him.
Yeah, we were played. Caught off guard.
I do too, Jojo. I like him. He's very cute. Whoa, look at that face. Wow.
Like our belief
Damn
in the
it,
spirit
Dominic.
realm is
Calm
holding us
down.
back.
Calm down, buddy. Take it easy over there.
Do you think the people will even believe us, though? I mean, do you even believe the truth we've been told?
Which one?
I don't really have a choice, Dominic.
Let's see, right there, that face.
It's undeniable.
He's got the little teeth right there. That's so adorable. That's so cute. I love him. Okay. I don't know who I'm.
Even if it takes years.
You know, it's gonna be one of those things. I'm gonna be saying all these things. It's gonna be like literally like one of the people who were like a backer or something like that. And then I'm gonna like run into them sometime in Twitter. I'll be like, oh dude, I was playing this game and this Pommy guy, and this guy's gonna show up in like my mentions and be like, yeah, that's me, you awkward son of a bitch. I'm like, oh damn it. Even if it takes years, easy after the war.
You're right, and thanks for that offer. I'm pretty sure I'll take you up on it, since this is a tall order. But I know that almost anything is possible if we all band together.
You're right. Welcome. All right, what do we got here?
Of course. So for now, we need to fix the discord in our ranks. I'll talk with the rebels that are siding with.
We're gonna find him at a con. Yeah, I'll be at a con, and I'll just be like, "Oh man, I played this game, and I really, I just wanted to pinch his cheeks, and I just wanted to pinch him really hard." And then he's gonna be like, "Shut up! I'm right here." I'll be like, "Ah, damn it! Sorry, I made it awkward. I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were real. I didn't know you were actually a thing." Oh, no, okay. I need to pay attention to what they're saying. I should probably be listening.
Well, Tomek, we'll win this thing for sure.
Yay. Yay. That was it. That was that conversation. All right, let's go see what Savi's up to, you know? Let's see what... We haven't heard from Savi in a while. View Parallel Chronicle Savi 8. We've done 8 of these already? Good lord. I don't even remember doing... Ooh. Halen, Savi, and Shane. Shane, that asshole, will finally arrive in Balteus. Making their way to the castle, Savi trembled with anxiety. He didn't know how the Triumvirate would react to any of this.
Halen, can I talk to you for a moment?
Yes, because Halen has proven so far that he's very sensitive to your worries.
Of course, Master.
Everyone boo this man. Shane, we'll get to it. When we see Shane, we will be booing him. He'll never recover. They stop in their tracks, Shane included. Here he is. Get ready, everybody. Get ready. I don't know if I have something for that, but get ready. You better be ready, because if you're not, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have anything for that. Do I have anything for that? Not really. We'll just do this. This will be fine. He knew enough not to intrude on their secret talks. He stood to the side, even though he was now one of them. Oh, they're not going to show him.
I was confident, but not anymore. I'm starting to worry that the Triumvirate will chastise me. What should I expect? And how should I react if they do?
They chastise him. That's the worst of it. They're literally like, "Oh, Savi, you're such a jerk." And then he's like, "Oh, no, please. I can't take it." He's like, your horns are small. And he's like, no, not from you, masters. No. And he's like, "Oh, they look weak and your ears are way too big." And he's like, "Oh, I can't take it." And that's pretty much it. That's the end of it. They're like, "Okay, go on your way."
You act as if you haven't failed them before.
Thanks, Halo. That's very sensitive.
Remember when I first became your apprentice? They thought you weren't teaching me good enough. You almost went insane.
Oh my god, he's gonna be like Crosshair in Bad Batch. Wouldn't that be something? Oh my goodness.
You would too, Halen. Trust me, it's boring. But that's nothing in comparison to what happened. We don't have the blade, and almost everybody escaped.
True. You did fail pretty hardcore here, buddy.
Through no fault of our own, remember? I have your back in this. I won't tell them the truth. However, I need to ask for one thing in exchange.
Blackmail. I like your style.
Of course.
Work on your personal issues, Master. I don't care what they are, just get them sorted out.
You missed the last... You forgot the last line.
But we'll save the bad news for last. We dealt a major blow to the rebellion, Sovi. With the loss of their leader, they'll be in disarray.
Oh, I got a surprise for you.
If the Triumvirate doesn't like that...
And they probably know that, right? Like, the Triumvirate probably knows that.
This isn't the last time we'll face them in battle. Whether it takes us days or months to win, it shouldn't matter.
I feel like they're underestimating the ability of the Triumvirate to, like, not... Like, they probably know most of this.
After all, we'll still win. With that said, are we clear?
Not really. You didn't really ask for anything. I just ask one thing. Get better help. Listen, I have a deal for you. And if you want to get 3 months free, here it comes. At this moment, it seemed like Halion was the one giving orders. However, Savi had no choice but to obey. He couldn't risk being exposed.
We're clear. Let's continue walking. I'll think of what to tell them as we move along.
Yay. See, they can talk and walk at the same time. Why can't we? They break their huddle and continued walking towards their HQ. Shane steps closer, striding in unison with Savi as they do.
So,
oh, there he is.
What's all that about?
There he is, everyone.
You said I was one of you now, right?
Everyone,
When
boo this man. Boo. Boo.
Bruh.
Boo. This guy, the worst. He's literally the worst.
Oh,
I know.
Sorry.
Screw that guy.
Force of habit. We were just talking about what we should tell our masters. While we did damage the rebellion, we failed in our objective.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Shane is the worst. Also, why is he wearing football pads? It just seems weird for armor.
You mean that blade?
Yeah, that blade.
Yes,
thank you.
And the seer.
That's me. Where's the redeem to throw something at Shane? I wish I had one. I should get one. Just literally throw. I don't know how I would do that. There's literally no way, but I wish I did. That would be good. I guess if you were to throw something now, it's kind of, because he's right above me, so it's kind of like throwing it at Shane. So I guess you have that option, at least for now. Let's see.
Look,
nope.
so
Oh,
you
might have lost your chance. There. Okay, close enough. Close enough. Close enough. We'll take it. Thank you.
Whatever you want me to do, just let me know.
Yeah, like stab your best friend by using his fear of touch, you unbelievable asshole. Savi smiles, having the support of his comrades. I hit his shoulder pads. You did it. It was a good shot. I appreciate that. Any fears he had of being punished were quickly put to rest. I don't see how those two things are related. Don't see it, but we'll see.
Thank you, Shane.
So,
it means a lot. I can tell we're going to get along just fine.
I'm not Shane. Okay, I'm just gonna say, I think Savi is the villain, but I'm not 100% sure he's gonna stay that way. I get vibes from him. I threw you at Shane. Oh, fair enough. That works. I get vibes from Savi that maybe there's a turnaround somewhere in this. I don't know. We'll see. Because here's what I'm expecting. I am expecting Shane might be on his side, but I'm guessing Halen might throw him under the bus here. Halen seems like the kind of guy that might do that. Oh, here we are. Not yet. We'll find out. But I kind of get the feeling that Halen might do that. Who am I? I need to talk to Ulrich. Okay, we're going to do the question game. What can you tell me about this ball?
Well, it's definitely not something Dracu came up with. Rulers of Valorinthia have been doing it for ages, actually. It's supposed to make your subjects less inclined to rebel.
That's a good plan, you know? If they're dancing and drunk and having a grand old time, I guess they're not going to rebel. Good plan.
It's not really working if Vivian exists, but at the end of the day, it's still a nice party. As much food and drink as you could ever want.
Good, because I could want a lot. Maybe.
Don't worry, Monarch. I won't.
Oh, the old pizza party strat. Exactly. He's just like, I'm throwing everybody a pizza party. And everyone's like, great, we're not going to rebel today. Free pizza. And soda. I feel like I do like to drink, but not while I'm on a mission of any sort. I'll be tempted, of course, though. I'm gonna make sure, or I'll make sure you can keep me in line. Though I'm sure I can't. Though I'm sure you can keep me in line. How would I do that? What am I supposed to do? Hang off of your arm and be like, oh, put that glass down. And he's like, no, and like lifts me up with the beer and just like, and I'm just like, I can't stop you. Also, I think we've very much determined that you are a major alcoholic, and what am I gonna do?
But it all starts with a speech. Basically, Draku will be bragging about his power and influence. If he shows off how strong he is, he's less inclined to be challenged.
Okay.
Though if there is a challenge, they hold a tournament the next day. It rarely happens unless it's a drunken partygoer trying to play a joke. Everyone wakes up, hungover, and goes
Ignore that? I will. In fairness, I will. I will do that for you. What can you tell about Draku?
Honestly, I don't know too much about him.
No, Hallen, you promised you wouldn't. I know. I bet he would, though. I bet he would. Hallen totally seems like the type. I've been on the loop. Well, you're in the country now. You better pick up a newspaper or something. I don't know.
So, if you think I'm strong, then you know nothing. He'll make me look like a whelp in comparison.
Oh, that's kind of cute. I actually want to see that.
Smart too.
If he does, like if he towers over the top of you and is like, hey, little guy, I think that's be the best scene in this entire game if we see that. I want to see that. I really want to see this guy be like, what's up, little dude? And Ulrich's just like, hi, daddy. And that's pretty much it. So he's a macro, probably. But if he can make Ulrich into the micro, I guess that is kind of a weird turn of events.
Most rulers, from what I've seen, simply bathe in their own riches. To hold a ball and share it with your nation? That's pretty genius. It destroys any motivation to remove him from the throne. That's why Alarenthia hasn't had a tournament in a long time. The people are either happy or certain that they lose in combat. I'm betting on the latter, which makes Draku even more intimidating. Do not underestimate him, Monarch. If the natives can't dethrone him, what chance do we stand? Vivian might dream of a changed nation, but it'll stay that. Just a dream.
Unless... I have no response to that. Why would I underestimate him? If he's bigger than you, then it would make me look like an ant by comparison. So I don't know if I would underestimate. That would be a really bad mistake on my side. What are some... Wait, where's some cool places? Where would you hang out? If you could hang out somewhere, do they have like a Starbucks or something? I'm guessing.
The town square is a nice place, but it's just like Museo. A large market with people all peddling their homemade wares. You won't find anything you need, but you'll find everything you want.
What does that mean? Are you suggesting there's like a... Is there a bad dragon stall somewhere? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because, man, I don't know if we can show that on stream. I'm just going to put that out there.
After that, I'd say to pay the Colosseum a visit. It's not just a venue used to battle for Alarenthia's throne. They have large battles every day.
There definitely is. Oh my god, probably. Just off in the corner. It's like at every con, you know, it's like there's it's artwork here, but you got your like, you know, your what are those pillows? The body pillows, and then also like a bad dragon stall right there. It's basically just your con dealer's den is basically what this is.
Of course, my personal pick would be the tavern. Alarenthia
I
has
know.
a lot of unique drinks.
I'm aware.
So I'll make sure to stop there. If I get my fill, maybe I'll be lucky enough to forget this entire voyage.
Didn't you just say you don't drink during missions? Also, that we're in a hurry. So, that's really irresponsible of you. How does it feel to be back here after all this time? Oh, yeah, he's talked so...
It doesn't feel any different than I thought, if that's what you mean.
I don't know.
Stepping foot on this soil didn't change my mind. It only solidified my hate. Let's do everything we can to get out of here as fast as possible, Monarch. Please.
Yeah, you promised you wouldn't drink. He's like, well, you know what's in a promise. Okay. Is there anything you want to do now that you're back?
No, I just want to get the job done and get back home. If you think you can change my outlook on this place, you're wrong.
Have I tried?
I think this conversation is over, Monarch. We have a long journey ahead.
What did I just asked a question. Calm down. I just asked a question, sir. You think you can sleep with me once and then get all sassy with me like that? I got another thing to tell you, buddy. I got another thing to tell you. It don't work like that. That's the end of that conversation? All right. All right, what's next? I don't know. Where are we going? The desert? Works for me. Here we go. Oh, lovely. We take slow, heavy steps through the desert of Alarinthia. Heat assaults us, and the humidity is thick, like sheets in the air. Ulrich seems unfazed, but everyone else is handling it pretty badly. Damn it, Ulrich, just because you're daddy doesn't mean you can be sassy. God damn. If you weren't such a daddy, I would be so angry right now.
I can't believe that people actually live here. How much farther is it, Ulrich? This is crazy.
I mean, it was literally like, right, is it that? I don't know. We'll see.
I'd say around 6 to 8 hours.
Oh,
The
good.
place is halfway there. We can stop. I have a feeling you've already exhausted your canteen.
And he's already exhausted his canteen, but it had something completely different in it.
It was too hard to resist. So, there's an oasis in a few hours? That'll be a good place to rest and relax.
We can't waste that kind of time, Dominic. There's enough time to fill up on water. That's it. If we take too long, we'll miss both Vivian and the ball.
And we can't miss the party. That's the whole reason we're here. That would be horrible.
Right. Of course.
Dominic pants, sweating, trailing through his fur. He's not alone, though. Almost everybody acts the same. Hopefully, things could cool down once the sun started to set. Have you ever been in a desert? It is not good if that happens, because sometimes deserts can be really hot during the day, but in the night, they can get very, very cold. So, be careful what you wish for. I moved towards Ulrich as we walked through the desert. He was our guide, so I shouldn't let him out of sight. I can see the city in the distance, but no oasis at all.
Back in the day, they used these deserts as punishment.
Yeah, you, watching.
Criminals
I see
were sent
you.
out here
If you
and
have
they
not
had
hit
to prove their
follow,
worth.
I dunno. Why not
if they
just
were
do
strong
it?
enough to
Come on.
survive, then they'd be taken back in.
Oh, that's a good plan. Hopefully
Most
it worked.
of the time, the criminals would just succumb to the heat. They'd be unable to move, then they'd pass out. Death would come soon after.
Nice.
They call these
Very
people
pleasant.
Sixers, since they usually passed out within 6 hours.
Oh, coincidentally, that's how long our trip is. Good. That's good to know. I'm not sure why he was telling this to me. If he wants to pep me up, he sure is failing. We'd be out here for more than 6 hours. Exactly what I was just saying. It's like,
In
good
addition
point.
to that, their bodies lasted 6 days. Don't worry though, we'll be fine. We have water. That isn't the courtesy they wanted to give to criminals.
Okay, good. But there's also an oasis that they might have... Okay, never mind. Doesn't matter. Well, at least that makes sense. Makes me feel better.
You're probably wondering why I'm telling you this story.
I did have that inclination. Oh, wait, he smiles and holds out his arm. Rotating slowly, he shows off his tattoos.
If the Sixers survived, they gave them special markings.
Ah.
And to be respected for their power. A bit of a secret, you know? Just keep it between us, all right?
You're a criminal. What did you do? It still depends on what you did. You know that whole promise you made me make? If you I murdered 15 people in a span of 1 hour, and I'll be like, wait a minute, no, I think our deal's off, buddy. Like, okay. Wait, Ulrich was an Laurentian criminal? Or at least he was, since he appears to have been pardoned. I'm glad that he was comfortable enough to tell me this kind of stuff.
Besides,
they
look pretty good, don't they?
I gotta do it. That's my rule. I always gotta choose the flirty. Definitely. They make you look more attractive. Yes. You know what I mean.
probably not the first one to say that. I didn't like them at first, but they grew on me. If something makes you look better, embrace it.
I agree. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Anyway, I guess that's enough story time for now. The more you know about Alarenthia, the better. That, and it makes the walk go by way faster.
Yeah, we just spent like a whole 2 minutes wasting time, so that's 2 minutes out of those 6 hours. I think we're doing pretty good.
If you'll excuse me, I have some business to take care of. We'll have plenty of time to talk later, Monarch, trust me. If you find that you're needing anything, just wave me down.
What business? We're walking. What business could you possibly... Oh, do you have to pee? That's fine, I got you, brother. Take care of business. I nod before looking back at the rest of my comrades. They look so drained and fatigued. We need that oasis. And fast! Yeah, especially if you don't stop to talk. Oh, look, I can talk to people. We're gonna... No, Jojo. We're gonna stop and talk. That's exactly what we're gonna do.
Hey, Pro. Can I talk to you for a second?
Of course. What's up?
Yo.
I can't say in front of everybody else. I need to talk to you alone. In secret.
In this desert with everybody in like a group walking. I'm not sure if this is the best plan.
Oh, is it about that?
About that?
Pro. Not in front of anybody else. Follow me over here and talk quietly.
Right. Sorry. Well then,
I bet we're about to get a secret. Oh, nope, never mind. They're gone. That was like the shortest like side conversation we've ever had. That's amazing. Okay, I guess I'm going to go talk to Fortame. Let's see how he's handling the desert heat. He seems like someone who could do that. Do you want to climb that mountain, Fortame? Did you bring your climbing gear on this 6-hour journey? Maybe you did. Oh, okay, Harry. What do you think of Alenthia so far? What are your thoughts on this big, vast desert that we're all suffering in? Tell me more.
From what I've experienced so far, it's awful. I'm holding out on hope that it's colder in the city, but I know that won't be true. I bet it'll be even worse.
Probably. Ulrich, we're all kind of following. Yeah, seriously, it's like, Ulrich, we're all right here, buddy. We can all see you. You're trying to be secretive. It's not working. Just as a heads up there, it's not working. All right, didn't work.
If I lived here, I'd definitely be nocturnal. I mean, it must get colder at nighttime, right? I just sleep the day away. And that's a fact.
I couldn't... The lack of tree Fortame, is that a lack of tree Fortame? It probably is. Also... I couldn't do that. I cannot sleep in like really strong heat. It just does not work for me. So good for you, buddy, but I wouldn't be able to do that.
So I guess not much would change, to be honest. Though I haven't been able to get much sleep lately. Anyway, yeah, it's basically the worst place in the world.
Okay. Worst place in the world. Good to know. Blah, blah, blah.
I sure hope so. Otherwise, this would be a waste. I mean, coming here and then leaving empty-handed, that'd mean we put ourselves through all of this for nothing.
Good point. We could bring like a souvenir like jar of sand if you wanted.
That's not my style, you know? I don't care if we have to fight in a tournament even. We're not coming all the way here only to accomplish nothing.
Jojo, my dear little twisted mind, do tell me more about this cold weather. Perhaps we could cozy up together and find a way to heat things up.
Wow.
Just
goddamn
imagine the warm
Theo,
embrace
Jesus
of a
Christ.
on a chillier evening.
Theo.
Let's make our own heat, shall we?
Theo, I'm seriously gonna bust out the ice water, buddy. Theo, I'm busting the ice water out. You better run away. Good Lord, I'm gonna dunk this poor rabbit, and not this one, but that one, in some ice water. Guy needs a cold shower. Jesus Christ. All right, what's going on here? Accomplish nothing. Who would you side with, Vivian or Draku? I know you've met none of them, but my goodness.
Putting me on the spot, huh? I guess I'd probably side with Vivian. Ulrich hates this place, and I can see why. Politics would only make this a million times worse. So I think Alarenthia would be better
I know, right? He really went for it there. Goodness me. I'm going to have to wipe his memory soon. He's getting too into it. Goodness me.
Like, Mazeo was different, but it was good. The constant battle to see who is stronger? Yikes. Sounds like that would get pretty toxic, and fast.
Hold on. Let me check something here. What do I do for this? I forgot. Doop boop boo doo 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 doo. Ah, okay, I see how I would do it. Still better than when he became abusive, right? He goes through phases, I tell you. Theo goes through some weird phases. Oh wait, do you prefer Howl or Damek? Which one do you prefer?
That's a tough choice, but I'd have to say Damek. It's not fair that Howl tried to pin all of this on him.
Still better than,
Nothing that happened at the Rebel HQ was his fault.
I mean, it really wasn't. I don't know why anybody would be like, yeah, definitely his fault. 100%.
But that doesn't mean I hate Howl. Far from it. He seems so wise, and we could learn a lot from him. An entire ancient culture inside of him? Just think about it.
Yeah, I know. He rejected me 1,000 times within a second, so I felt that.
There's
definitely
so much
felt
we
that.
don't know about the monarchy. He could help us fill dozens and dozens of history books. I hope he survives this. He has lots of info to pass on to us.
Any side of that oasis? Do you see anything? Do you want to climb that mountain and let us know where it is, or?
No, and I'm slowly melting. I went through all my water within the first hours. My fault, I know.
Yeah, I was going to say, whose fault is that? Yeah, you should have known the triumvirate manipulated your vision and that Shane would betray. Yeah, you should have known that, right? You should have known that. 100%.
If there is a next time, of course. I'm starting to think that this oasis was a lie. I see mirages, sure, but no real water. If you see it, make sure to tell me right away. I might even go for a swim if I have the time. You should join me. It'd be pretty awesome.
Forte, that's the water that we shouldn't do that. That's kind of rude. That's the water everybody's going to be drinking. I'm just going to put that out there. Assassin's Creed Mirage? It might be. But also, yeah, if we do that together, I know what you're getting at, but also just, yeah, people are going to be drinking that water. Just putting that out there. Okay. Good conversation. Let's move on. What time is it? Yeah, we can go a little bit longer. Go the Oasis. Or I could just go, why do I feel like, okay, hold on. Hold on. Am I wrong in that the Oasis is definitely like way out of our way? Am I wrong? Just why would, based on this map, why would I do that? This just seems like there to there or there to here. Just doesn't say, map's not drawn to scale, I guess. It must not be. That just seems like a really bad decision. Ooh. When we arrive at the Oasis, everybody immediately rushes towards it. Opening their canteens, they fill them up and quickly drink. I do the same before turning to face my allies in relief. I was starting to get parched and worried about passing out. The placement of an oasis here was awfully convenient. I choose not to count our blessings as I face our friends.
This is amazing! Just what I needed. If you don't mind, I'm gonna take a swim.
No,
just give me a few minutes, all right?
We are drinking from this water.
Fortim, no.
I was about to say, thank you.
People drink this water. It's not for swimming.
Thank you. Thank you, Valessa. Thank you. I was just thinking, that's not okay.
But...
No, it's not okay. That's not okay. Fortame, I know we're dating and whatnot. That's not okay. All right, I'm putting my foot down. Yeah, Fortame bathwater, we'll sell it over Twitch. I'm sure that'll go well.
No.
Fortame scoffs and crosses his arms. This is the moment I decided to tell them what Howl told me. Without the power from Solarberg's idol, Valenorth would be fine. I would buy it? Fair enough. Okay. Fortame, I take it back. Go for it, buddy. Make it happen.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is amazing,
and you're
right?
certain about this?
No, I just heard it from Hal. He seemed pretty certain, though. I nod. Hal was definitely a reliable source. Do we know that, though? Do we know that? There was an upside to all of this shaken faith.
I totally needed to hear some good news. This
Great.
trek through the desert is downright awful. When we get back, let's all go to Valenorth.
I'm going to be king. I'm going to be busy. Did you think of that? I'm going to be ruling all of the country. Do you think I have time for little vacations and whatnot? I have business to attend to. And just remember, You're the king's concubine or whatever. Is that the right word for it? Is that what that, I guess you're like the king's, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're going to be busy too. So I don't know if you're going to be able to do that. Just putting that out there.
Definitely. It'll feel so good to be back home. With your vision and that dim idol, my outlook was so grim. But now that attack won't happen. And the idol doesn't matter.
True.
Long live Valenorth?
Long live Valenorth.
Long live Valenorth.
There we go. We all smile before parting ways. I look over at Ulrich and Pro. They're talking to each other, but very quietly, almost secretive. So I sneak up on them and I listen really closely. I choose not to interrupt them and make my way over to Damek. Damn it! And then I immediately go, Damek, hold my hand! And that's pretty much how this conversation
talking
ends.
About our future options.
Oh, good.
I mean, would we rather side with Vivian or Draku?
I've never met either of them.
Vivian is the better option, but Hal disagrees.
I've never met either of them, so I don't know.
As we seem to do in many matters, we need strength to win the upcoming war, Damek. Vivian cannot deliver as much strength, only hope for her nation. If hope could win wars, we wouldn't even be here. In times like this, we are glad that you're not in charge. We trust that the monarch will make the proper decision.
Uh-oh. Do you know who you're dealing with? Do you know who you're speaking to right now? I would not bet that. This would not be a bet I would make.
Well, what do you say, Monarch?
Oh, what the fuck?
If you had to choose right now, what would you do?
I don't know. I've never met either of these people.
Stone?
Just a hypothetical. Oh, Damek and Hal expect you just know things. I'm just like, I like the name Vivian. That's pretty cool. We'll just go with that because Vivian seems pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like that's good. I don't know. So this is not the. So what I'm getting from this, what I'm getting from this is that this is not the final choice, right? Is what they're saying. I would like to meet them first. That would be nice. You know what I mean? That seems like a good point. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is a tough, yeah, can y'all stop putting me on the spot? Seriously. I think, I don't really even remember much about either of them, so I don't know. I feel like Vivian is a better step forward. It's not the final choice. Okay. I'm going to go start with Vivian.
There you have it, Hal. We need to think about the future of this world too. It makes sense to give Alarinthia a new form of leadership.
There is nothing wrong with the way Alarinthia is run. You cannot change it simply because you do not like it. Such a move would make you no better than the Triumvirate.
I mean, that seems like a stretch. All right, well, whatever.
We cannot become the enemy we seek to dethrone.
How do you figure?
Your way of thinking requires some reevaluation, Damek. You may say means to an end, but so does the Triumvirate.
Wow, you paint me as such a villain.
That's the face of a villain right there. 100%. I'm looking at that going like, that guy's planning something.
A change in leadership would require the spilling of blood. Innocents would die, much like the occupation of Mazeo. Think of what you lost.
Okay, that is now the third pronunciation of that place that I've heard in this game. So I'm not sure which one it would be. Do you want to do this to others? Damek seems unable to come up with a response to this. Promptly changing the subject, he seems to admit defeat.
Well, are you all full up on water? Ulrich said we're halfway there.
No, we took a major diversion. If you look at this map, we went the complete wrong direction. Hal, can you stop making everything depressing? He does have a knack for that. That does seem to be his thing. Howell seems unamused at the sudden change of topic.
This body does not work like you would expect. We do not need water, and do not risk passing out. Whenever you're ready to continue, we'll do so.
Okay, great. After saying that, we all part ways. We shouldn't stay here for too much longer. Missing the ball would damage our cause immensely. so I can talk to everybody before we go. Let's have a big old powwow right here. Okay, Hal, but like the team. Seriously. Okay, what is this one? The better appears because your choice to create seers. Oh. So this is my group of seers and Fortame, who's definitely not gonna say something bad, but we'll go with it.
What's it like to be a seer? What kind of stuff are you starting to see? Does it hurt your head? Are you enjoying it?
You have literally worked with one almost your entire life, and you're asking these questions. Like, all right, whatever.
It gives me great pleasure to see the future.
I do love this guy's eyes so much, though. Again, I know I'm saying this, and I'm like, ooh, you have very lovely eyes. And then one of these days, I'm going to be at a con, and I'm going to be like, oh, there's Zorian right there. But you do have lovely eyes. I have said this before. You just didn't know that. He looks so sassy. He does have a sassy look. I like it.
I see loss in the future, loss and tragedy. But for which side of this battle, I cannot say. It seems to be a gut feeling at the moment.
Okay, so you haven't had a vision then, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, it's the same for me. Brief flashes. But I see a coliseum and a big struggle. I think you'll all be fighting during your visit.
Oh, good. She looks like Kira with those eyes, kind of. The only thing is, like, I'm noticing all of the seers in this game all have pink eyes. Does that mean I have that too? And I was saying that earlier. I was like, did I literally just like to give them the powers? It wasn't the sword. I just literally like was like, let me touch your eye. I have pink eye. That'll give this pink eye will give you. I think there was a South Park episode about that. Here, this pink eye will give you the ability to be a seer. Take it from me. And then it was like that. But I think there was a South Park episode like basically just like that.
Fighting? That's no fun. Hopefully your powers get better over time. Imagine how strong you'd be in those battles.
Pink eye is the power, right? That would be so amazing. They're just like, it's not the sword. It was just pink eye.
Able to see every move.
Like pink eye makes your eyes itch. I mean, obviously it's just really itchy and annoying, but also you can see the future.
One of the best assets in this war.
It's one of the things they don't tell you. The doctors don't want you to know. Because it makes you so dangerous. All the kids with pink eye, they're just too dangerous. You have to stop them.
Why, thank you. That means a lot. I'm happy to serve the rebellion in any way I can.
I mean, she's got it bad. Kira's got it bad, right? Look at that. Real bad.
Yeah, I'd say we show them the same treatment. We'll fight for a future that all of you can enjoy. Even if we can't join that future ourselves.
Didn't you say that on the ship? I feel like you said the exact same thing on the ship.
That's certainly a pessimistic view, Ignis. There might be a way to save our minds, you know. This rebellion has proved that anything is
Symptoms
possible.
may include itchiness, swelling, and visions of the future. Exactly. That's one of the things they don't want to tell you. They don't want you to know. Please take this pill so you can't do that. Also, it will, ease the itching. This rebellion has proved anything. Fair enough. I doubt that.
Yeah, you're right. We'll make it through this.
Okay, you guys are making me feel horrible because I'm the one who did this to you, so, like, I feel real bad. Because you're probably not going to do that. But we'll see. Okay, bye. That's where that conversation ended, because they were like, yeah, we're going to be fine. And I'm just like, and then I just, like, slink away. I'm like, sure. Okay, see you later. Fortame.
Hey.
No, Valessa. Oh, what do you think of this place?
I can't believe how hot it is, actually.
I'm aware that you think it's
Ulrich told
hot.
us stories, and I thought he was exaggerating.
Clearly not.
As soon as we stepped off that ship, I knew he was actually right.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he doesn't seem like the type to embellish his stories. Maybe some part of me was just hoping it wouldn't be that bad. He painted such a grim picture of this place,
You were wrong. Would you rather side? I'm sure, definitely fine. Yeah, you're going to be fine.
My dear.
My gosh, you have the best luck, Jojo.
Sometimes a little danger spices up life.
Down.
Let's dance on the edge and see where it takes us. Embrace the uncertainty, the thrill, and maybe a bit of mischief too.
Atmosphere.
Care to take a walk on the wild side with me?
Jesus.
Simply be pushed aside.
Theo, you're going in the cold water. I'm jumping you in the you need to calm yourself. You need to relax, buddy. Vivian, hands down. I mean, I'll be fair. I don't know. Maybe Howl is kind of right that we're like going in here and be like, you must be different. Ow. I just got the bonky bonks. That's not me. That's Theo. Theo's the horny one. I can't. Theo really needs to.
I can't control my horny level.
Yeah, Theo's generally going through
I can't control my horny level.
He definitely is having that issue. Anyway.
That holds back the progression of society by so much. Valinor embraced new ideas and nurtured bright minds. If anything, it actually explains why Alarenthia is so primitive.
Okay, now you're being a little racist, Valessa, and I'm not here for that. Just gonna put that out there. What are your thoughts on Howl?
It's so weird seeing a former elder just
that would be a little weird
around. But
yeah.
I need to work on that. I need my mind to know it's not him. Salus is gone, and there's nothing we can do to change that fact.
Yeah, tell that to his kid who's here with us. You think it's weird. Oh, Theo, you horny Warpletinger. He literally cannot.
I can't control my horny level.
He can't do it. It's impossible.
Hal is an interesting guy. He sure has a lot to say. His insight into the past of the world could fill 1,000,000 books. With all of those souls, he knows almost everything there is to know. He told me that society has actually regressed in Alarenthia. It used to be one with the monarchy. Their whole world was united. I hope we can make a world like that after this war is finally over.
Me too. Maybe. Anything you'd like to accomplish while we're here? Yeah, do you have any goals or things you would like to see? Did you consult your travel agent before coming to Alarenthia?
Yeah, I want to break the record for most water ever ingested. I'll never take something like that for
literally can kill
again,
you.
I
Don't
swear.
do that.
It makes me miss the water tank.
Don't do that.
Back in Valinor, actually.
Bad for you. It actually is bad for you. So don't do that.
Whenever we needed it, it was right there on demand. One oasis in the entire desert makes water pretty scarce.
I don't know if we've established.
How do they handle the water situation in their capital?
I don't know if we have established that this is the only oasis. It is just one, and also slightly out of our way. Valessa, be careful with that. Overhydration is just as bad as dehydration. Yes, it can be. Let's see.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. It's just a lot to take in. He finally has a chance to change this place for the better. Apparently, that's all he wanted ever since he was young.
Are you talking about Ulrich? Because no, he doesn't. He wants to get the frick out of here. He's told me numerous times, let's just get in and get out and go.
I feel like this world will be completely different after we win. Such a scary thought. Well, scary and exciting. We're leading a revolution. I almost can't believe it.
Yeah, and I gotta be the one to like rule the world afterwards. You think it's weird. I gotta sign declarations and shit. I've never signed my signature on anything before now, and now they're gonna want me to sign everything. You know, like this declaration and this border dispute and this water line and then that electrical plant plans. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not in the cards. All right, that's enough of that. Ulrich, let's get the fuck out of here, Valessa. Oh, he loves it here. He wants to save it. Yeah, seriously. Okay, so the only place left to go is the gates. I'll do the gates. Ooh. I'm suddenly getting like Aladdin music in my head. You know, it's like, oh, you know, it's like I'm getting the Aladdin music in my head suddenly. It feels like that. It's got a very Aladdin feel to me. We arrive at the gates of Alarenthia after an exhausting trek through the desert. Feels like things will change now that we're here, but they probably won't. The city won't be any more inviting. There just might be more water. Yeah, you're signing bills into law. I'm doing that whole song from, you know, that one thing. I'm just a bill, just a normal bill, and I'm heading up to Capitol Hill. If you know, you know. Lone man stands at the gate, and I recognize him. He's the man I saw watching us back at the Dots. Oh, this is going to get awkward. But it can't be a coincidence. He must be after us. Schoolhouse Rock, exactly. Yeah. Ulrich notices him and starts to walk towards the gate.
Let me handle this. I've been here before. He probably knows who we are. Info travels fast here. Just stay calm and I'll have us in the city in no time, all right?
Fair enough. We all nod, leaving Ulrich to handle the situation.
We seek passage into the city and nothing more. It's been a long trip from Mazeo and we need shelter. Our business lies with the ones known as Vivian and Draku.
Good plan. The man remains silent for a few moments before bursting into laughter.
I know exactly who you are, Ulrich.
He didn't laugh.
Vivian is waiting for you in the tavern. And Draku? Well, you'll have a ball to attend.
Okay. It's the Charizard from earlier. We found him. Can we throw... I'm going to throw a Pokeball at your face. How do you feel about that?
Wait. How do you know who I am?
Everybody knows Ulrich. Probably one of those drunken nights at the tavern. You were everybody's best friend that night. I know you don't know who you are, but I want to talk to the leader of your country. Both of them, actually. Not just one, but two of them. I want to talk to the leader of the country, and I want to talk to the person attempting to overthrow him. Both of them. It's a normal, everyday occurrence.
Up until the Oasis. That was my chance to get ahead and tip off Vivian. Besides, you stick out like a sore thumb. Nice markings, Sixer.
Is that like a slur now or something?
I trust that won't be an issue.
It shouldn't, but I'm surprised you found somebody to do that. Recreating the markings of the ancients is frowned upon. They earned those markings. You certainly did not.
What? Weren't you one of them?
Of course.
Though you do bear a striking resemblance to the Ulrich of legend.
Oh.
If anything, that'll make your relationship with Vivian more amicable.
Great.
I was given this name by my parents. They aligned with his views, and so do I. If that'll be all, we'd like to keep going.
There seems to be something missing in this conversation.
I wasn't standing here to stop you. I merely wished to welcome you back home. I hope you and your monarch.
That's me.
Useful.
Me. Yeah. He bows to Ulrich as a sign of respect.
To support an ongoing donation drive
By
right
the way,
here on Twitch
call
for the
me
Lemur
Drake
Conservation
Eeyore.
Foundation.
No, I'm going to call
If
you
you want to support the
Charizard.
stream in an awesome way and can afford it, check it out.
Dracor
to learn more,
is pretty
check
formal.
Out the link in chat
I'm going to stick with Charizard. Hope you don't mind. Ulrich nods before turning back to face us. Charizard enters the city, likely returning to Vivian's side. I'm glad that our quest is in this land has finally has some direction.
Well, that was easy. Because of the ball, there's almost
Banana man, oh man. He does look kind of banana. He is kind of a banana man.
I could just
I
tell.
like it. Good point. I could tell. I know he must have, I know he's involved with Vivian. I could just tell. How could you tell?
So we'll have
Does she
enough
like
time to meet
Pokemon?
with
Is that her thing? Is she like, is her favorite the fire starters? Maybe that's
I was
it.
worried we'd be on a
He's
tight
like,
schedule.
every Pokemon game,
really rush to
Vivian has to use the fire starter. So I just figured that Charizard would be on her side. Oh, that's what you meant when you said you would hear things about it. You just don't want us thinking you're old. He is, I think we've already established that he is old. I think we did.
Yeah, it was definitely fortuitous. We better make sure it's not a trap. And that's the perfect way to catch us off guard.
You're right.
Well, he didn't seem disingenuous.
And that's the perfect way to catch us off guard.
Oh no, Ulrich is a conspiracy theorist, I can tell.
Right. So what's the next step?
We head into the town square. If the tavern hasn't moved, it's
Of
connected.
course.
We'll be seeing Vivian within the hour.
Of course you want to go to the tavern. Ulrich's just like, I gotta go to the tavern, guys. You don't understand. Ulrich's a super boomer. He probably is. He's like, oh yeah, you know, freaking let me tell you about Kennedy. There was a guy on the grassy knoll. I know it. I know his friend. I was there. It was me.
All right, sounds good to me. Is there more water in the city?
Ulrich's like, water? I'm sure they have water at the tavern. Wasn't my plan, but they probably have it. He literally followed you. I'm pretty sure he could have killed you at the Oasis. He might have been able to, but Charizard is way too loyal for that kind of a thing.
Yeah, but don't ask for water in the tavern. It's seen as a sign of weakness amongst the Laurentians. If you drink anything while we're there, make sure it's ale.
Or juice? Would they accept juice? Maybe they, but if I was like, can I just get some cranberry juice? You could put some like seltzer water in, that's fine. Maybe a little lime. That's fine, right? They'll be fine with that. Everybody stands around, seeming to wait for my mark. There's something up with Ulrich. I have a strong gut feeling. His secret talks with Pro and some of the things Dracor said. No, I'm sorry, not Dracor. Charizard. My mistake, my bad. Everybody, I'm sorry. I should have just been like, oh no, Dracor. No, it's Charizard. It's definitely not Dracor. It's Charizard. We can never say Dracor. It's always, Dracor. It's Charizard, okay? He's not dying. That's not for bitches, right? No way. Okay, so it looks like we can go in. I've got a conversation I can do with Howl, but I think this is a pretty good spot right here for now, because I have run out of time, unfortunately. So let me get over to here, and this seems like a good spot to kind of call it for today. So we'll kind of come here. But that was fun. I'm glad to get to play this game again. It was a good old time. Hope you guys enjoyed it and had a grand old time playing some more of Winds of Change. We will continue that next week. Such a cliffhanger. Ow. Such a cliffhanger, but it was a lot of fun. Big thank you to everybody who came by today. I really enjoyed having you. Thank you, Kaori Coyote, for the raid. That was awesome. Hope you guys had a fun time and enjoyed your time with me, and that I was able to, ease you into the night when everything goes. And for now, let's take a look at something. Let's see what they're up to over there. We are going to be back. We're going to be back tomorrow night with who I'm going to send you over to tonight, Demon Otter Games. They're playing some Sea of Thieves. We're going to play some Void Crew tomorrow. So normally we do like the whole cooking thing. No. We're going to do Void Crew. It's going to be a grand old time. It should be lemurs in space. You don't get to see that. You can call me Nathan Philaleem. I like space. So we're going to do that. That's going to be tomorrow. Hope you guys had a good time. I will see you then. Until the next time though, guys, give Theo, Demon Otter Games, a good old welcome, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, guys.